I was about to go try to wash the big pan so it was clean to make more potatoes, but I was afraid to lift it at the moment.
Didn't have to be big thing. I was just using the other pan to make the macaroni at the same time, so I had to use one for one and one for that. That
Yeah,
made
but
more
it's
sense
like
to
you
me.
said, we got a lot of potatoes,
Yeah.
so a big pan would be easier. We can freeze part of them if we need to. I gotta send your live to Heather. When you go back live too. Are you already started? But she said she was at work, but she wanted to come in when she got home.
She gonna try to cover the pan.
I was just figured coming into the live, but well, she might go on panel.
One people watching. What's up, one people?
That's live right now.
Patients deserve better. Join us at Herrera appeared to mouth something to herself over and over. This is a very serious case. As Judge Christopher Sabella took the bench, a packed courtroom hung on his every.
That's the one where they arrested the wrong woman first. Story we just watched on YouTube.
Is it?
Yep. The Durango was just watched on Civil Rights Lawyer.
It was 2 years ago, after Herrera was riding drunk on the Southern Expressway and slammed into the Philippine family, killing Louise Rita and their 8-year-old daughter, Georgia. On Friday, his father.
I was gonna say I don't remember that one.
And nor will you ever get it back. I can't forgive you. There is no forgiveness for this.
All of it becoming too much for this heartbroken father.
I can't do the same. I need. No, thank you.
Tracy Kelly was driving the third car involved in the deadly crash. She survived, but life as she knew it is over.
I wake up several times a night from pain, but also from nightmares. My nightmares include being left at the scene, abandoned at the scene, screaming for help when you weren't there.
Prosecutors asked the judge to throw Herrera in jail for
That's
life.
on Fox 13 in the night.
Judge Sabella slapped her with 50 years, which is pretty much a life sentence. Kind of closure Tracy Kelly was looking for.
Knowing that she has now lost her life and that she will spend her days in pain, just her not being happy every day brings joy to me.
Now, the judge made it clear that Herrera's actions after the crash showed that she only cared about protecting herself. A cat sad case all the way around.
Yeah, when I typed that thing in a few minutes ago to find the right video we was looking for, I had a whole list of stuff popped up.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Fuggins? I just did a 2.5 hour live stream reacting to police videos, and now I'm back. What's up, Tyler? How you doing? I might cut some clips out of that. I don't know. I'll probably wait a while to see if I get hit with any copyrights or anything. I was reacting to other YouTubers because I didn't get clearance from them. You know, I did message a couple, but yeah, now that I finally figured out how to do this after all this time, I can do it through my Xbox and I can share screen, and that's pretty cool. Can you shout out me Yair Barintos? Not sure if I'm saying it right, probably not, but what's up? Someone shaved your head while you were passed out? Oh, no, I did that myself. You can believe it. I'm doing all right. How you doing, Tyler? Go to sleep? No, I don't want to go to sleep. I want to smoke another one. Smoke another one instead. I am in Ohio. Where y'all from? Where everybody else from? I'm in the shitty state of Ohio. Yepers. Terrible times. Terrible times. I like that name. Yes, sir. Born and raised in OHIO. Illinois? Hell yeah. We just reacted to a police video from Illinois.
Dear says he's having a bad day or a hard day. Sorry.
Having a hard day? Oh, sorry to hear that. Maybe you need to smoke one. Why do I not like Ohio? Oh, there's a lot of reasons I don't like Ohio. I mean, it's not just this state. It's everywhere, man. The laws and the government and all this shit. You know, it's, the taxes, the money, the cost of living, the corporations running everything. I mean, it's not just Ohio. It's the whole damn way everything's being running right now. You know what I mean? People
But
can't afford.
personal reasons, we've been through a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, I've been through a lot of shit, man. We've been through a lot of shit over the years. You know, I've been screwed over by the government too many fucking times, and you know, I wasn't smart enough to know, you know, to call a lawyer or fucking try to file a lawsuit, shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's probably too late for me, but I'm going to try. I'm trying to convert my channel to inform people more about what their rights are and inform people about how bad the tyranny is. And I want to spread this, and I want people to start asking the question in their local communities. Because you can Google, you can go on Google and find out how much every state individually collected in property taxes, but we can't go on Google and find out how much our local courts extorted from people for victimless crimes, and court costs and all this shit. There's the only way to find out that information is to go to each individual fucking precinct, sheriff station, police station, whatever, individually, and file a FOIA request to find out how many billions of dollars they extort from the citizens of the country every day. And then, if you want to know where that money went, they're going to tell you that it went toward funds and it went toward paying. Google even says that it goes toward paying the salaries of some of these people. Well, that is bullshit immediately because their salaries is paid by tax money. So why would money extorted from the people for headlights, taillights, seat belts, window tint, stupid shit, all the money they get from that, why would it be going toward anybody's pay, when they're already paid? So that shit makes no sense to me, man. And does the court have to pay taxes on all the money that they extort from the people? Do the courts pay taxes on the billions of dollars that they don't have to report? I mean, obviously, if they don't have to report it, then they probably don't have to pay taxes. I had a bird that died because there was a hard rain in Pine Heavens Court. Oh man, that sucks. And a duck, damn. I had a baby duck I was trying to save on Memorial Day here. I think he got slammed by another a female duck that wasn't its mother. He tried to kind of join the crew. I think he'd been separated from his mom, and he tried to join another crew that was a little bit bigger. And I think the mom took it personal and gave him a little slam on the sidewalk. And I tried to save him, and it didn't work. Game warden was slammed that day. He couldn't come out. And then we had a baby starling just a couple days later. It wasn't a baby starling; it was a young one. It could fly, but it could only fly a couple feet. You know what I mean? It couldn't get higher than that. And I was like taking it grits and stuff, and not really taking care of it. It didn't really need taking care of. I was just trying to keep it away from the road and stuff like that, trying to keep it safe until I figured a week or so this bird be able to fly on its own. And when I went to bed that night, it was sitting on a stick over on my neighbor's bench where he'd been at all day. And I came out the next morning and I was looking over there and he wasn't over there. I went out 2 or 3 times looking for him. And then I went to water my garden and I realized that he was drowned in one of my buckets of water that I had for my fucking garden. He had come over here by my door, I'm assuming, and I feel like he was coming to look for me, trying to get, figure out where I went to. And he ended up in one of my buckets of fucking rainwater and fucking drowned. So I had a rough fucking start to this week, y'all. Yeah, for real. So I lost a baby duck on Monday, and I think it was like fucking Wednesday or Thursday. I found the starling, the young starling, drowned in my fucking rainwater. And then Friday I had to go in and get two teeth pulled. That was the best part of my fucking week. Was getting my fucking teeth pulled. How fucked up is that? What up, Rhino? Thank you, Apex Bird. Yeah, I mean these weren't my pets, man, but they were living fucking animals that I was trying to keep alive. And I thought that starling was gonna be fine, man. He was good and healthy, but he came over here and apparently tried to hop up on one of my buckets and he got stuck in the water. Dude, that fucking sucked, man.
It's still safe over here. It don't matter how.
Yeah, because the ducks and the birds and the rabbits, they all try to nest over here because I'm the only one out here that doesn't chase them off. And when the females are sitting on their nest out here in my flowers and the males come to try to harass them on their nest, I don't let that shit happen. At least not if I'm awake, So they feel safer over here. I know why they come over here. And just because I had buckets of fucking rainwater out there to keep my garden watered for the next few months, that fucking starling, I buried him. I buried him out there beside my garden. Oh, that's how fucked up. That's how bad that fucked me up. Because I just lost the baby duck on Monday, trying to save him.
Cheers, Randall.
Cheers, Ronnie. Cheers, everybody. Ghost. That's what I thought.
I don't even know if Randall knows all my teeth are on yet.
Yeah, Maria got all her teeth pulled out Tuesday. Yeah, the day after I lost the baby duck, Maria had to go get all her teeth pulled. And then a couple days later, I lost the starling. And then I went and got two of my teeth pulled. Been fucking crazy. How you doing? You're our favorite here. Much love, brother. Hell yeah. Thank you, Sammy. Appreciate it. Wife loves me. Hell yeah. Tell her I appreciate it. My sister thinks you look like Johnny Depp. I wish I looked like Johnny Depp. She has the biggest crush on me. I'll be damned. Well, I do not look like Johnny Depp, but I will definitely put that in one of the biggest compliments I ever got for sure. I love me some Johnny Depp. JFG or wait a minute, JGF, what up? My bad, little dyslexia kicked in there. But yeah, the content on this channel is going to be a lot like the last live stream I just had a few minutes ago. I'm going to start reacting to other people's videos, and I will explain that. I will not do a reaction to someone's video without telling people who I'm reacting to. I'm going to actually go back to the live stream that I just did earlier, and I'm going to put all the links to every channel that I did react to in the description or in the comments. And the reason I will be mainly reacting to other people's content is because I do not have the finances or the equipment or the transportation to get all this body cam footage and surveillance footage and everything that they're able to provide. So for now, the only thing I'm going to be able to do is react to them presenting the story to us, and you guys will be hearing my little bit of input and my opinion on things and my reaction to things. You see what I'm saying? And if any of the creators that I am reacting to ask me to cease and desist of playing their stuff, then I will do that. I will not. I'm not going to give them any trouble over that.
I couldn't remember if you could see it because I had to approve it. So I approved it.
Have you ever been cream pied? My sister wants to know. Have I ever been cream pied, or have I ever given a cream pie? No, I have never been cream pied, but I have given several.
And Cheesy Macaroni says, quick question, BMW or Toyota?
Toyota, for sure. Nothing against BMWs. Captain Jack Off Sparrow, damn straight polar bear. What up, polar bear? Yeah, I love BMW. Don't get me wrong. I feel like it's one of the best cars ever made for sure. Especially certain models, certain years, but it's also too damn expensive. The maintenance on it's too expensive, everything. Where a Toyota sometimes runs for 20 years before you got to fix anything. You know what I mean? And then it don't cost as much as a BMW when you get to fix something of it. Given? Oh yeah, I've given many. Yeah. She wants me to cream pie her? All right. Polar bear said Captain Jack Off Sparrow. If I had a hat on, I'd definitely look like Johnny. Hell yeah. I got hats around here. I got plenty of those. I got more hats than I got sense. What you up to, Polar Bear? Still here. Had a few people was asking if I was still alive and stuff. And I figured they was going to be in here. So I started back up. I started up another live and sent out the link to everybody. But I don't know what you're doing. She crazy. We're here just watching you on a Sunday. And she over there all horny over you. Well, hell yeah. I'm glad to make somebody's day. I get Mrs. Hillbilly horny like that every now and then. I ain't as good as I once was. She informed me I was better at it 20-some years ago. Tried fishing Friday night, no luck. We're at Jason's again. You got your license yet? You fished anywhere besides Jason's yet? I need to figure out my license, man. But now that I figured out I can fucking actually share screen on StreamYard all by myself with my Xbox, bro. I figured out how to do it with the Xbox. I did a live stream earlier. This is my second live stream today. I did a live stream earlier and I was reacting to the police videos. You was a pine and didn't get shit overnight. How late did you stay? What was you fishing for? Slapped her on camera. Hell no. Fucking YouTube kicked me off quick. Talk some crap to her. They're rambling in the background. I don't know. You lost me on that one. If I slap her, she'll whoop my ass, man. Can't be having that. I can't be getting my ass whooped on my own live stream, man. That'd be embarrassing. That'd be like being one of these fucking First Amendment auditors, man, and go out and fucking get challenged by some authority, and you know it's legal to whoop out ass, so you try it, and then you get your ass whooped on your own live stream. That would be so fucking embarrassing. I do love this guy named Delete Laws too. I didn't react to any of his today, but I will. I love this guy named Delete Laws, man. He straight calls them out. They come up to him all the time trying to actually fight, trying to get him to fucking do something. He's like, if you want to sign a waiver and get in a cage with me, we'll do it. You know, we'll do it the legal way. That way, there's nobody going to jail. Somebody's getting their ass whipped, and everybody's happy. You know, but nobody ever wants to do that. But till 11 o'clock, I caught one bluegill, one crappie around dark. I hate I don't know why they got to put that money symbol was right there. I don't even know why the fuck it's there, but there's a money symbol there covering up that last word. Okay. Round dark, but was there for catfish. Was after catfish. I got you. Did you try the bluegill for bait or the crappie, either one? Or was you using other stuff for the cats? Tell me you wasn't using chicken liver. Everybody plays the fool. No exception to the rule. It's time for my fucking antibiotic. You don't believe. It's about 12:30, so kid took it 7:30, 8:30. Chicken breast. We did cut the bluegill. 3 chunks around one pole. It's nothing, huh? Now, are you sure? Is there actual defining evidence that there are catfish in that lake? I mean, it's to me it's weird for any body of water that's been around for more than fucking 15, 20 years to not have just about every species of fish that's in this area in it. But I guess there is a possibility that there's places that it still exists that don't have catfish in them. Like I say, it's hard for me to fathom, but I guess it is possible. But do you know for sure that there's catfish in there? You caught them there before. All right, I got you. It's just channels. It's just channel cat. But even then, chicken breast and cut bluegill, that ought to do it. How come you threw it around the pole? You didn't want to get caught using it, so you just chopped them up, threw them out there, chummed the water instead of, and just left the chicken on the hook. You ain't been out to the farm at all this year, then, huh? 19-pound channel last year. There was a few shovel in there. I think this is. There was some shovels in there. Okay. Is it a deep place? I feel like I've asked most of these questions before. But if it's a deep lake, then it would hold blue cat too. I mean, it doesn't mean they're in there, but it could if it's deep enough.
I changed that the number after my name. Mhm.
Shit, I don't understand why it's not 26 foot. Yeah, it's only deep enough to hold blue cats. I don't understand why you can't get the fucking YouTube studio. I don't get it. Where the fuck is YouTube studio?
Mhm.
You don't have to find a studio. Maybe you're gonna have to get download the app or something. I don't understand why it's so difficult. She's trying to change the numbers behind her name, and I can't figure out how to get her into the fucking YouTube studio. Oh, there you go. Okay. She found it. Yeah, 26 feet. That's plenty. That's plenty deep enough for blues. That could hold big blues. Yeah, it's very possible there's all three species in there. Was you just in was you in a not good area, or was you in the same area you normally catch them? You caught them before? What was water temperature like?
Doesn't that mean that people can post your post off your community tab?
Used to post.
Why wouldn't that be on?
Did you get a notification from Second Life too? Just two different spots, one shallow, one deep. It was still cold, I guess. Well, that would have a lot to do with shovelheads not being moving yet, but channel cats and blues should have been.
Popped up on the homepage. And
Never heard of them.
you send it to you.
Or you yeah, either way. Yeah, you can send it to me. We'll check it out before we judge it, make sure it's not.
Right.
If it's going the other way, I don't want nothing to do with it. Yeah, it's definitely not warm enough for spawning yet. I gotta keep me and Cameron have that talk every spring, man. Because like Tennessee, they're already spawning. New Mexico, they spawned a month ago or more. But up here, we still, we're a couple of states away from Tennessee, but it just takes longer, man, for our water temperatures to fucking get up there, especially the moving water, the creeks and shit, and the deep water. That reservoir back here is the same fucking way, man. It takes forever for that son of a bitch to heat up. But once it does get warmed up, that water stays warm into fucking November. You know what I mean? Sometimes. So you can go up there fucking November, December, and there might be steam coming off the water because it's still warmer than the fucking air outside. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, end of June or July because we always call them dog days here, man. And like mid July to August, that's when the big shovelheads went on the nest at the pay lakes and stuff. And because it's once the water reaches fucking 64 degrees or 65 degrees, something like that, then they go into spawn mode, at least the shovelhead. Now I don't know how it would work in the river because I don't think the river water gets that hot. But I could be wrong. But I wouldn't think the temperature would get that high in the river set.
It was still go away with you for spider bait. She just said she had to go get cigarettes and something
Yeah.
real quick.
Spider Baby is taking the longest fucking shower in the history of fucking mankind, dude. Oh my
She's
goodness.
out now. She had to go get
Oh, horse shit.
something sweet.
Horse shit. We got cake and ice cream. Tell her get the fuck over here. I'll even whip up some more pudding. Yeah, as hell, I still got fucking 3 more days that I'm supposed to be eating stainless soft stuff. And that's just me. And she got all her fucking teeth pulled out.
Yeah, some of them be on soft stuff for a while.
Yeah.
can't
Yes, her shit gone. I know the first hard thing's going in her mouth. Guarantee you. She might have had the condition twice, if you know what I mean, right? Right? I didn't nickname her double stuff on our group chat for nothing. We know what she doing to shower. She's taking full advantage of that water pressure. I know I'm hanging out. People still coming. I'm gonna go get a refill on my coffee and stuff. I'll be back.
I? You can go and close that
Supposed to change
curtain.
this motherfucker yesterday.
I know. I said that a little
Yeah.
bit ago. You need to change it.
Today, I'm fucking shit bricks. I'm gonna do most fucking solid fucking possible it can be. It's ridiculous.
Kind of hard not to when all we can eat is pudding and mashed potatoes and milk products. There's still one. Yours is still out there. I think that's the only one we got left, but yeah. Unless you ate it and I forgot. There should have been a peach yogurt right there if it's in there. Yeah, that's yours. Still have one. Come on.
And down.
Oh,
She looked back like, what?
I thought you were saying that you were falling down.
Well, that would suck.
You reckon?
What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, I'm thinking she definitely had the condition twice, Polar Bear. I think you called out. That's why she need to get more cigarettes. It was one of those made her have to smoke a couple. Good shower.
Needed something sweet too.
Yeah, if she needs something sweet too, so that was definitely a good shower. Three people in the house. What up, everybody? About to eat me a cup of yogurt. Hopefully it'll loosen my shit up. Because all shit fucking bricks today. And when you have a colostomy bag, that is a, no pun intended, pain in the ass. So don't really have a pain in the ass, but to squeeze that shit out of that fucking bag is a pain in the fucking ass. Okay.
Mm.
You won't have to shave in a couple more years. What, my head? On up. Know what you talking about? Letting my neighbor get to me. I agree with that. I don't want to go outside and fuck with my garden half the time.
I forgot I got that sticker.
Yeah. Y'all only want to go out and fuck with my garden half the time. Now the good neighbor, his truck's out of commission. He needs like $300 some alternator for that damn Buick, huh? And a battery. So that's like fucking $21 some. She's gonna have to spend on fuck cabin more. She ain't had to do for a while. She's been giving him gas money, but she ain't had to give him as much gas money as what it cost in a cab. And I think the cab told me the other day that they actually raised theirs to $8.
Yeah, cab's $8.
Yeah, it's $8 because of the fucking gas price.
Yeah, they told me yesterday.
And I told him I can't be mad at it. We'll see what the gas price is, you know? So I mean, I can't dispute that. Like, what the hell you raise the price? You know? We know why you raise the prices.
I told her we was waiting.
Right.
She said, okay.
Right, Polar Bear? Fucking ridiculous, bro.
Borrow your notebook.
What really fucking killed me? This is what killed me, bro. When we went Tuesday for Maria's dentist appointment when she got all her teeth pulled Tuesday, the cab driver took us down then as the dispatch lady, basically. She's the one you got to call to do all your scheduling at the cab place. But she's the one who took us down Tuesday. She got her gas in Columbus, bro, because it was fucking 50, almost 60 cents cheaper than it was here in Courthouse. 60 cents less in Columbus. I'm like, what? Oil's back down to 85 a barrel. About the same as it was when gas was $2.75 a gallon. That sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds dead on, bro. I believe it 100%. I mean, they're always going to find an excuse for it, but we all know that there is no excuse for it. You know, the reason we've got all these fucking troops over there once again in the same place where these oil fields are, the fact that that's happening again over the Middle East by our fucking bullying ass government, and gas prices over $5 a gallon here. That's, you know, we know what's happening. Oh, I know, bro. Oh, I know. I've been kicking myself in the ass, dude, so much. I've been beating myself up, pissed off at myself, dude, because I encouraged people. I didn't even vote. So I can't take the blame for being a single vote, but I also didn't vote the other way either. And, you know, I'm not saying we should have voted the other way. But either way, I think now we were fucked either way. I don't think it mattered whether they put Trump or Kamala in there. Either way, we were doomed. We were heading for another fucking depression at the price of everything going stupid, fighting over fucking taxes again, you know. And so I've been watching all these videos of, because I know how bad it is to try to eat, to try to keep groceries in the fucking house. We've received a fuck ton of help. The only reason we have food in the house is we've received a lot of fucking help because the price of everything has went up. So the little bit that we have and do get to spend on food doesn't buy much fucking food. Yeah. So I've been watching these fucking police videos and watching the way people are being treated while they're just trying to fucking survive in this fucking ridiculous fucking capitalism fucking. Oh my God, dude. It's fucking horrible, man. The shit that people are being stopped for and the things that are being done to them to violate, just to completely fucking violate their civil rights. We don't even fucking have human rights, y'all. There is no fucking list of human rights. We don't have none. We have privileges. I've said this over and over. We have privileges allowed to us by our government that they can take away any fucking time they want to, which includes our freedom, our freedom to not be incarcerated, our freedom to not be in handcuffs, our freedom to not walk down the street and not be fucked with, you know. But we do have constitutional rights. We do have freedom of speech. We do have freedom of expression. We do have right to bear arms. We do have right to be safe in our person, homes, and possess properties. We do still have these fucking rights, but all across the country, these guys wearing the badges are forgetting this. And to go on, so my point is, I mean, that's bad enough in itself that nothing is being done about that because they wear a fucking badge, so they're not held responsible. But it's pissing me off more than ever because the people, the citizens of this country, are being forced to work harder and to try to make more fucking money to support their house and their family and their groceries and their fucking car insurance and this ridiculous fucking gas prices. So while these people were busting their ass to work harder to try to survive in this fucking economy, they're getting stopped for walking down the fucking sidewalk or for being at a friend's memorial because they look like they fit the description of a suspect. And it's been, you know, I just reacted to this video on a live stream before this. It's all up if y'all want to go back and rewatch. It was a almost 3 hour live stream what this did reacting to these fucking videos, man. And you know, they're literally ruining people's fucking lives, and they're not being held accountable for it. You know, but the fact that everything in this fucking country is becoming more expensive, making it harder to get for the average fucking American, and then on top of that, the law enforcement is stepping it up with the bullshit, the fucking stopping people without fucking probable fucking cause or you know, that word I keep fucking up. God damn it, I done forgot it now. But you know, they're hemming people up, putting them in fucking jail when there was no fucking crime committed. And even if they were fucking jaywalking or they have a fucking tail light out, they're getting charged $500 and $1,000 and $1,500 for minor traffic violations to add to the bills that they're trying to pay every day to survive their fucking life. Y'all see what I'm saying, man? I mean, I'm not going to keep going on about this, man, but you know what I'm fucked all about. Hillbilly Cameron, what up? You literally read my mind about Jackson's teacher, mom. What? What are you talking about? Bring your ass up here, Cameron. Oh, I ain't even dropped the link yet, have I? Or did I? Can't remember. What are you talking about, Cameron? You literally read my mind about Jackson's teacher, mom. Oh, yeah, never mind. I got you. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. It took me a minute. That was like last week or something. Yeah, I got you. I remember. Yeah, I knew what you was thinking. You want to give her your milk money, didn't you? And you know, if there was any kind of fucking steady flow of videos of the police doing the right thing, then it wouldn't be as bad, man. But I don't feel like nobody's showing those videos because they don't want to. I don't think nobody's showing those videos because they don't exist. And if they do, I'm not saying they don't exist. Okay, I don't want to put it that way. There's definitely situations where the cop does the right thing and they are a fucking hero. And those should be documented. Those should be on the news like they used to be. But instead, what we get on the news half the time was a false arrest with false charges and you know, illegal searches and seizures. And we find this out later. You know what I mean? So they're making it sound the first story the news puts out is the initial police report saying blah blah blah, they did this, blah blah blah, they did this, blah blah blah. Well, then the fucking news has to come back 2 months later. All charges were dropped against this suspect because the police didn't have probable cause. Articulable suspicion. Articulable is that fucking word I keep having fucking problem with. Articulable. Yeah.
Drop the link.
Articulable suspicions. Anybody want the link? I don't know if anybody wants.
Actually, Cameron should have it. It's in the group.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She was looking like kind of scrumptious, like a Mrs. What?
Frizzle.
Mrs. Frizzle. What the hell's a Mrs. Frizzle? Ah, damn, cramping the ribs. Growing pain, I guess. Dude, Spider Baby's been in the shower for like 3 hours, man. She gotta be getting pruned up. Her fucking toes gotta be all fucking pruny and raisiny, and
This is dry food.
you know her fingers gotta be, huh?
This is dry food still okay. Make it too much. That's all that's left.
Like so. You can double check it. I think that's about what's in there. That's the teacher from Magic School. Oh, no, not the Magic School Bus. I'm surprised Maria didn't remember that. That's his Mrs. Frizzle.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that she was a freak. She took that bus in some strange places. I think they took it up a couple buttholes, and they just didn't tell anybody it was a butthole. You know what I mean? They took it to some weird fucking place. Yeah, I don't want that school bus nowhere around my body orifices. It could be in your lung, be in your stomach, be up the poop chute. You never know where that bus gonna be at. And you imagine if I went up the poop chute and then she hit the wrong switch and blew that bus up? Fuck, dude. You want to talk about instant fucking like life in prison, asshole? You know what I mean? Bam, bus in the ass, full size. That's like on fucking Ant-Man, dude. Same way. Imagine being one of the little Hot Wheel sized cars cruising the streets. Boom, hit a ramp, shoot up somebody's butthole, poof, hit the switch, full car up the ass. You know what I mean? That would suck, dude. I'm just saying. It's funny though. That made me remember a fucking a corn video. I don't know if I can say the other word. I know I'm on YouTube, but I can't remember if I can say the P word or not. But I was watching a corn video, and get a girl was taking it in the back door, right? And it was showing her face while he was doing it, and then it cuts out to a fucking like a cartoon screen of a fucking train trying to go in this tunnel that ain't big enough. And it just keeps hitting it, backing up, hitting it, backing up until it gets in. Then it backs up. Yeah, but yeah, it made me think of that for some reason. And I tell you what, I've seen a lot of fucking videos from Texas, so I hope Spider Baby didn't get pulled over by motherfucking cops down there. We might not see her for a month or two. Some videos I've seen, or longer. But yeah, y'all, I might go back in and cut that into videos. That live stream that I just did, I might break it down into videos. It was just me and Road Warrior and Bodie up on the panel discussing everything. You know, none of us really know our ass from the hole in the ground, but we were asking Google a couple things about stuff, and we were reacting to people that did know what they were talking about. But I believe it was worth watching. I may cut it into videos. I don't know that. I might wait a while and I might stick with doing this, and I might record a couple videos, drop one in a day or two, and see if make sure no repercussions are going to come back on me for reacting to these other creators' content, because I'm not trying to piss nobody off. I'm not trying to make money off nobody. I'm trying to inform the people, man. I'm trying to spread the fucking message to just fucking be careful, man. Record at all times. Anytime if you're being pulled over, start recording. If you're walking down the sidewalk and you're asked to stop, start recording. I mean, in any situation, fucking record it. You know, we all need to learn our fucking rights, man. And they're getting away with too much shit. And I mean, punching somebody in the face and getting away with it is bad enough, but when someone gets buried, then there should be fucking consequences for that. You know, unless it is, if it's a person that's armed and dangerous, and they are threatening the life of the officer. I am not going to oppose that. Okay, that's what he was supposed to do in that situation. I'm not going to go against that in any way. But when you see a video of a woman that calls for help and she's in the kitchen with a pan of water in her hand, and then she gets on the floor when they point at her, when they aim at her, and she gets on the floor and they stepped around the counter in the kitchen and headshot. You know, this woman called for help and then she just got shot in the fucking head on her kitchen floor after doing so. It's like, what the fuck just happened, man? You know, and I even shared a couple from right here in my hometown. You know, one from 2006, another one 2011. And there's been other shit that I'm pretty sure they ain't got no fucking body cams around here. You know, they'll use the excuse they ain't got the money for it. But I think everybody fucking knows better. John Henry could drive that steel through anything. Damn straight. Damn straight. You know he blew out some back doors in his day. I did say back doors, not black doors, right? I hope. Fuck, I'd be fucked up if I just said that. So Cameron, back to Cameron here. So you think Mrs. Frizzle from the Magic School Bus was hot? Yeah, we got to come back to that.
Buddy.
I'm putting on just a and we're on now. Just had the plastic on top of it. Just had to switch the lid from the other container. So it's had two scoops out of it. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a little therapy session here, Cameron. Miss Frizzle could get it any day. Oh my God. All right, Polar Bear, you still with me? We're gonna need some we're gonna need all the help we can get on this one, man. I don't know how to explain this to Mr. Cameron here. But the fact that Cameron is still single is really starting to that's starting to clear up, you know. Yeah, that explains a lot actually. Huh. Wow. Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus. I don't even know where to start on this one, man. I don't even know where to start on this. I guess I'm gonna start by breaking up some weed. Damn. I thought it was bad enough that I would have did Jessica Rabbit, but who wouldn't? I mean, come on, man. You never watched the Magic School Bus? You are lucky, Polar Bear. You are so lucky. Well, Miss Frizzle was not a real person, Polar Bear. Just like Jessica Rabbit. She wasn't even built like Jessica Rabbit. I mean, I don't know, man. She could have been a teacher on Harry Potter, if that tells you anything. Seen some other videos about the back of what?
Back the bus.
Back of the bus. Oh yeah, the bang bus. Yeah, I've seen some of those videos. Yes, sir. Old bang bus. Yeah, I knew you wasn't talking about Rosa Parks. Everybody move to the back of the bus. We are 1 hour and 5 minutes into this live stream. And prior to this live stream, Miss Spider Baby asked if I was still alive because she had to hop in the shower. And Mrs. Hillbilly informed her that I was restarting a new live. And then Miss Spider Baby had to go grab smokes and something sweet. And we are still waiting. You ever seen any of them videos, Cameron? Polar Bear talk about the back of the bus? Good old bang bus. Good videos. It needs some pretty good camera work, if you know what I mean. Cameron missed him in here earlier. Somebody was in here earlier telling me I look like Johnny Depp. And their sister wanted me to give him a cream pie. Yeah, you both missed that. Now, Polar Bear might have been here for that. As Brad Paisley said, always waiting on a woman. Right. That's a great song, too. Like, yeah, it is. Yep, that's a good song. Oh, Matlock was in that video. Andy Griffith. Waiting on a woman. Mia Khalifa bus, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there was. Yeah, if you watch many of the oops, wrong hole videos, the old bang bus pops in there a few times too. They just going, all the way in, all the way out, and it just slips up and then it's pop, there it went. Straight up the ass, no warning. That would have to suck. Yeah, he hit a pothole, all right. Yeah, he definitely hit a pothole. Got that shit right. Oh, Polar Bear. I don't know if you remember this or not either, man. This was a few years ago on the news. I can't remember where it was, but they arrested a young black man and put him in the back of what they call paddy wagon now. It's basically a police van. It's got two different compartments on the back. They put suspects in, put people in. And they put this dude in the back of that fucking van. And the news said, he was fine when they put him in there. When they pulled him out, he was paralyzed. And everybody wanted to know what happened inside that truck, Well, I never heard no more about that, man. Never heard no more about that. And all of a sudden, I started watching these fucking videos I've been watching on YouTube. And I fucking found it, bro. Somebody covered it. They put him in there with no restraints. There was no seatbelts. Apparently, it wasn't even law at that time. There was no seatbelts, no restraints whatsoever in this fucking vehicle. And it might have been Baltimore. Yeah, it could have been. But it was big news around here. Even I remember I seen it on my TV. It was a big story. Everybody thought fuck cops beat him up or something, right? Well, what happened is while he was in the back of that truck being transported to the fucking jail, somebody pulled out in front of the van. And dude had to slam on the brakes. And when he slammed on the brakes, this guy flew forward and his head hit the steel, the solid fucking steel between the back and the fucking cab. And it broke his fucking neck. And dude, when they got to the fucking jail and the way that these fucking jailers acted, telling him to move and shit, throwing him in the fucking wheelchair, dude, it was, oh my fucking God, dude. It's no wonder it took so long for them to release the fucking the body cams and shit. It was fucking bad, dude. There was a camera inside the van the whole fucking time. But they were telling the news back then, oh, we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. He was fine. We put him in there. You know, I remember hearing that shit on the news, you know. Yeah, they knew what the fuck happened. I've seen at least 3 or 4 different videos, different people that were fucking had their neck broke while in fucking custody, already in handcuffs, already detained, already under control. And then they said something that they didn't like or whatever. Like this one guy that I react to, that I'm going to be react to, and I respect a lot. It's called "We the People, You," and shit, I can't remember where I was going with that. Man, I don't think I was going to quote something he says or something. I'm not sure now. Oh my God, it's about time, woman. Jesus. We were all about to just say, fuck it, just go to bed. She'll be here sometime tomorrow. And boop, there she is. I'm about to be smoking. And the problem is, you know, sometimes the family will win a lawsuit. They might get millions of dollars. They might not even get $1 million. But that doesn't matter, because if someone is killed, that the money doesn't bring them back. And if the person that killed them doesn't go to prison or anything, and doesn't have to pay for their crimes, then that doesn't make the situation any better. You know what I mean? But that is the case. Sadly, is 99% of the time, the worst thing that happens is they get to resign and go somewhere else and start and keep doing somebody else. You know, look who crawled out of the back of the bus. Polar Bear said you was on the bang bus, Spider Baby. Nephew needed to go to. Oh, sure. You ride the short broom? You read the short? Yeah, I bet you did. That we was all discussing on how many times you conditioned in the shower. I told him, I was like, Spider Baby is taking the longest fucking shower in human history right now. Ride the short broom. I feel that's just horrible. I hope your man doesn't hear that. He'd be like, really? Yeah, that's what Polar Bear said. He's like, I bet she had to see if I can go back here and find it. Ain't gonna be too far back. Oh yeah, and did you know that Cameron wanted to bang Mrs. Frizzle from Magic School Bus? I had to point that out too. We've been discussing the crazy ass fucking gas prices. How about gas prices down here in Texas? There it is. He's the one that said it. 367. Are you serious? How in the fuck? Dude, how in the fuck, man? Our gas is over $5 a fucking gallon. cabs had to raise the price. The cab raised the price from $7 to $8. Because gas is $5 a gallon up here. And you're setting at $3. Right. That's what I'm saying, Polish Bear. How the fuck is it $3.67 in Texas and it's $5 plus in Ohio? Oh, I believe you. Yeah, you ain't got to. I believe you. I mean, you can send me a picture of it if you want. But yeah, I'm not doubting you. That's just crazy. Our cab driver Tuesday got it in Columbus for fucking 448, 446, something like that. Because it was 60 cents cheaper there than it was here in town. She got it in the big city because it was cheaper than it was here in Courthouse. It's like, what the fuck? And now you're telling me 367 in fucking Texas. That's fucking crazy, man. Oh yeah, California's fucking nuts. I guess they're like $7, $8 now. I bet New York's the same way. No. On my other phone, it might tell me. Cameron said $6 in Cali. What is it around you, Cameron? Well, I noticed I ain't seen you take no trips yet. Too far away. What's the average gas price in New York right now? What's the average gas price in New York City right now? $4.54 gallon. New York average. It went down from yesterday. It's $4.54 now, and it was $4.61 yesterday. $19.50 to $19.52. Average gallon of gas was 27 cents nationally. The entire nation, it was 27 cents a gallon from 1950 to 1952. That's crazy to think about. On Flathead Fishing Tuesday, hell yeah, about time. I was showing Jeff when we was talking about it last. Jeff? Or is that your man's name? Cameron said $4 where he's at. Damn. What's the average gas price in Ohio right now? $4.35 in Ohio is the average. Higher than the national average, but cheaper than the West Coast, it said. $4.35 for regular and $5.79 for diesel. $5.79 for a gallon of fucking kerosene, man. Kerosene and lime jello, fucking diesel fuel. You know, what the fuck, dude? You know, the first fucking 20, the first 20 some years I was on this planet. So I know it was like that way before that 27 years. Diesel was always cheaper than gas, like a lot cheaper than gas. And then all of a sudden, somewhere in my 20s, they decided that they wanted to fuck over the truck companies and especially the independent drivers that own their own vehicle. And they decided they want to fuck all them guys. They're like, all right, here we're gonna put this tax on fucking diesel, which is gonna crank it up where it costs more than fucking regular gas to make it even harder on these guys that are keeping this country running with the fucking trucks, transport shit from fucking coast to coast every day. You know. And ever since then, diesel costs more. Jeffrey, I got you, spider baby. You already got bait, Cameron? Live bait? Well, tell me you're just gonna take a couple freeze burnt suckers down there. No, I know they ain't freeze burnt. I'm fucking with you. But are you just taking frozen bait? Or are you gonna take frozen bait chicken and taking a bait pole? Catch some bluegill while you're there? Yellow belly, whatever. Going to the lake first, get the shad, bluegill, the carp. I got you. You gonna throw that for the shad? You can keep carp if you catch it and throw that too. Or at least you can't hear. It's not a game fish. $303 to $391. Wow, man. That's crazy.
Pretty sure ours still over 40.
I just said ours. Ours is $4.35 a gallon average.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I was in town the other day, it was 4.44.
But for my city, where I'm at, Washington Courthouse, is the average gas prices in Washington Courthouse, Ohio, is hovering around $4.74 per gallon. So it's still higher than the state. Ohio's average is above the regular national average, but right here is even higher than that. Right, Polar Bear? Yeah, $4.74 is the average price in courthouse. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, I decided to go back into that same search and just add in just right here instead of just Ohio, and it went up just for courthouse. It's higher than everywhere else around us. I bet it's cheaper in Dayton even. What's the average gas price in Dayton, Ohio? $4.50, $4.35 to $4.50 per gallon. It's cheaper in Dayton than it is here. It's cheaper in Dayton. It's cheaper in Columbus. So it's probably cheaper in Cincinnati and Cleveland too. This
John's been telling me that forever.
Yeah,
Even going
this
up here to
fucking-
the truck
this
stop,
town we live in, dude, is so fucking capitalist, fucking extortionist, fucking greedy. Oh my God. Oh, it's fucking ridiculous. little cheaper at Murphy's. Right. Walmart Murphy's. Yeah, that's what ours is too. That's probably what all the Walmarts are. Murphy USA. They probably signed a contract with them. And you already knew. Everybody knows about how much I fucking love Walmart. But these videos have made it even worse, man. Because every time there's a situation at Walmart and they call the fucking police in, dude, it's like the police is their private fucking security, man. Like it's their own personal fucking bouncers for Walmart. Like they work for Walmart, not the person that they're fucking with that pays the fucking taxes, pays their fucking salary. No, the corporation, Walmart, is who they act like they work for. And it's, oh my God. Yeah, there's been some shit, boy. Still fucking my blood pressure if I ain't careful, man. But yeah, I did. This is my second live. I did do a live where I was reacting to several videos. I showed a couple from right here where I'm at, Washington Courthouse, Ohio, about our lovely sheriff, and that's still here, still sheriff. 365 gallon paranormal. Hell yeah. 385 a gallon. Still cheaper. He's in Georgia. It's still cheaper. But Georgia's technically East Coast, right? Same as us. Isn't Georgia like straight below us somehow? Maybe even farther east. It's just south. That's why it's warm, right? Did y'all ever see anyone check the weight scale there? No, we have not. What time you going town?
What? You going?
Depending on what time you go to town.
I said I don't know. Are you going?
That depends on what time you go to town, motherfucker. Do I need to write it out? If you go too early, then no. But if I'm up, then I'm thinking about it. And I might do it myself tomorrow. See if I can't go in there and find a 4 pound pack of chicken that only weighs 2 pounds. If they want to fuck with me, I'll take my own motherfucking scale in there. I got posters. A couple. That's max. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's right above Florida. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So it's definitely East Coast. Yeah. So see that's crazy, man. That's over here on the east, and it's cheaper in Georgia than it is up here in Ohio. It's way cheaper in Texas. It's cheaper in fucking. I mean, it's even cheaper in the big cities here in Ohio. But even then, they're still higher than just about everybody but fucking New York and California. Or no, was New York still cheaper than us? I can't remember now. Yeah, California 603 average. Georgia is more east and right above Florida. Not above. Huh? Not above. It's not above.
Say it's not above Florida.
It's not above Florida. Before Florida. So you got to go through Georgia to get to Florida. But it's not on top of Florida. It's not above Florida. It's before Florida. Ma'am, have you been drinking this evening?
I know what she means.
So Georgia's not above Florida?
That's what it's saying. It's not up here. It's down here.
Polar bear sees what I'm getting at. Right? I don't they connect top to the bottom? Because remember your friend Jess was in Florida and she went up to Georgia, bought a ticket, won the lottery.
Yeah, because I keep forgetting such backwards.
All right. We all on the same page now, right? Everybody understands that Georgia is above Florida, in fact, right? Oh, damn. It's tough sometimes. I loved y'all anyway.
I knew what you meant, Spider Baby. I talked the same way.
Yeah, you right the first time. Yes. Yeah, they're both on the Atlantic Ocean. That's awesome. As long as you all knew what you was talking about, I guess that's all that matters. But yep, y'all figured out how to share my own screen to do these I'm not even really calling them reaction videos, man. I'm just I'm watching these guys and I'm watching these other creators' content, and I'm learning. I'm gonna add dialogue, obviously. I'm probably gonna talk different than most of these guys. Maybe not delete laws. He talk about like I do. He don't really give a fuck. But civil rights lawyer, you know, he doesn't cuss unless he's like just repeating something one of the cops says or something like that. He doesn't really cuss. Yeah, for the most part, none of them cuss like I do, really. So I mean, I'm definitely going to add a more colorful, or not a more colorful, just a. I'm going to add a colorful dialogue with my thoughts and stuff during the course of the video, and you know, if I see something where I do believe the person should have been like, all right, fuck it, man, here's my ID, but the problem is most of these videos that we see, you'll realize also that because the person was trying to stand up for their rights and not produce their identification when they had not committed a crime, every time they try to stand up for their fucking civil rights, the cops take a person, and then you get a disorderly, which dude on We the People You will tell you translates to a POP, which means pissing off the police. So if you piss off the police, you're going to get a fucking disorderly or a fucking disturbing the peace. You're going to get fucking charges. They're going to find something, and that's what they do because you want to stand up for your constitutional fucking rights. Like I said in last live stream, this live stream, you're going to hear it a lot. We don't have fucking human rights. Human rights do not fucking exist unless you're out in the motherfucking woods somewhere and nobody knows about it. But if the government finds you, you can bet your ass they're going to say you owe them money or you're on their property or something. So unless you out off the fucking grid somewhere, hidden from the fucking government, then, then you don't have human rights. You have civil rights. And that's all we have. And if we want to keep any of our so-called fucking freedom, we need to start learning what those civil rights are and standing the fuck up for them, which includes not giving your identification to a fucking police officer when you have not committed a crime. you are not suspected of a crime, and he does not have reasonable articulable suspicion. That is a hard ass word for me to say, but I'm going to fucking learn it. Reasonable articulable suspicion, because that's what they have to fucking have. And if they do not have that, you are protected under our civil rights. You are protected in your house, your person, your belongings, your papers. You are protected. There is not one single state in the United States of America where you have to give your identification to a police officer without articulable, reasonable suspicion. Not one of the 50 fucking states has made it a law that you have to give it to them when you are not suspected. So they will just make shit up. You know, they will make shit up. They'll say, we got a call. They'll say, you know, they make shit up. We smell marijuana. We smell marijuana coming out of your car when you drove by the fucking traffic stop back there. No, you fucking didn't. You heard NWA playing fucking police on my radio. You know what I mean? Big difference. You got pulled over because you hurt his fucking ego, and now you got to pay for it. You know, so that's why we need cameras all the way around us. But the cameras are not going to fucking matter until the people stand up and make the fucking government start holding these fucking people accountable for their fucking actions. Just like the rest of us are held accountable for our actions. There's no reason they should be protected by fucking qualified immunity and the FOP and the fucking police union. A fucking killer's a fucking killer. A bully's a fucking bully. You know? But some of these guys get hired because they're assholes. You know, they were, and I've said this a million times, and I'm going to say it a million more. They were fucking bullies in fucking high school. They got out of high school. Maybe they went to college, but doubtful. But they're like, man, how am I going to still get to bully people? Oh, I know, I'm going to become a police officer. And that's what the fuck they do. And that's the fucking reality we live in. It is so fucking hard to find a good cop anymore. One that's actually doing the right fucking thing and not just IDing everybody and trying to put everybody in fucking handcuffs for his own safety when there is no motherfucking danger to his fucking safety. But everybody got to be in handcuffs and for their safety. And this isn't every cop in every town. It's not. But we also don't know what's happening in all these little towns that don't have body cams like mine. You know what I mean? I'm pretty fucking sure they still ain't got body cams in this motherfucking town. You know, and there's no reason for that. None whatsoever. And they can't say it's because the city can't afford it or the state can't afford it. If you're a fucking cop or you're a fucking sheriff, you work for the government. The government takes taxes from the entire fucking country. The government extorts people money from the entire fucking country with all these fucking traffic stops and jaywalking tickets and fucking failure to yield, failure to come to a complete stop. Fucking windows are tinted, too fucking dark. You fucking didn't have a seatbelt on. You were using your cell phone when you drove by in your right hand when you don't have a right hand, but I know you did it. And I played part of that video on my live too. I didn't play the whole thing. I figured everybody had already seen it. But you know, there's way too much fucking money being taken from the people from coast to coast, top to bottom, left to right, east to west, north to south, and everything in between. There's too much money being taken by these fucking courts for any cop at any level, at any town, to not be wearing a body camera and not have dash cams on their fucking car. There's no reason at this point whatsoever. And if they still say they don't have the money, where is the fucking money then? Because it's not public fucking, it's not just accessible. You can't just go online and find out how much your local precinct or sheriff station or courts got out of fucking traffic tickets alone. You can't find that out. You have to go to each individual fucking precinct and fill out a FOIA request for that information. But yet, you can go online and ask how much fucking Texas got in property tax last year, and it'll tell you. But we can't find out how much money was extorted from the citizens for victimless crimes because of man-made fucking laws that mostly are fucking stupid. I mean, y'all, we've always known this fucking system was corrupt. We've always known this system was set up for it to thrive while the public fucking starves. We've always known this, but it's way worse than I even imagined. I mean, for real. You know, when somebody does win a big fucking lawsuit, it's either paid for by an insurance company that the insurance is paid for with tax money, or it's paid right out of the fucking tax money. So it's not costing the police fucking retirement fund. It's not costing the officer that fucking did it any of his fucking pension. It's not taking out of his 401k or you know, it's not coming out of the officer's retirement fund, the none of that shit. No, it's coming out of insurance paying it or straight out of the taxpayer's money, which is the same money that's already paying that cop's fucking salary. And will continue to pay that cop's salary if they see fit to keep him on as a fucking cop. And if they don't, 99% of the time, they give them a opportunity to resign, because when they resign, all their records stay fucking locked up and they can go somewhere else and continue to do what they've been doing. Right. They bought more tactical gear, right? They probably nailed that shit, Polar Bear. They're walking around. They want more shields. They got to have more shields and batons and masks and fucking bulletproof shit. You know, quit pissing people off and you might not have to fucking worry about it so much, you know? If you start treating people like they're fucking human instead of obey your master or fucking go to jail, then, you know, you wouldn't have to be so fucking scared. You know, quit fucking pulling people over on their way to work because you think their windows are too fucking dark and then costing them their fucking jobs. Quit arresting people that don't fit the fucking description and you know they don't fit the fucking description. And then making them sit in jail for 54 fucking days. Stop arresting people over Facebook fucking memes and putting them in jail for 47 fucking days. You know, and I've seen all this shit, y'all. And this is just the tip of the fucking iceberg, man. These fucking videos go on and on and on and on and on. And fucking actual body cam footage that these guys are wearing, it doesn't lie. You know what I mean? Even if there was something said before it starts recording, we still have freedom of speech. So it doesn't fucking matter what that person said to that officer previous to that camera recording. We have freedom of fucking speech. It is not a crime to run your fucking mouth. It's not. But people get fucking handcuffed and beat up for it every fucking day. Somewhere in this country, every 3 minutes, someone is unlawfully detained and illegally searched and shit. Every 3 fucking minutes, somewhere in America, that's happening to somebody. You know what I mean? And people lose their fucking jobs because they're late for work, or they get arrested because for whatever fucking reason, because they didn't want to get out of the car, because the officer walks up and says, "Get out of your car." And they say, "Why?" "I'll tell you in a minute." "Get out of your car." "Why? Why do you need me to get out of my car?" "I'll tell you in a minute." And if y'all don't believe that, I'll tell you in a minute. I'll tell you in a second. I'll tell you in a minute. Watch some of these fucking videos, dude. They say the same shit. They will not tell you why they fucking stopped you. They will not tell you why they want you to get out of the fucking car. But as soon as you get out of that motherfucking car, they're putting the fucking handcuffs on you to detain you for their safety and yours, supposedly. And I feel like the judicial system is trying to train us all to obey, to where, whether it's a lawful order or not, they're trying to make anything a lawful order, where if they tell you to do something, you better fucking do it. And I thought maybe they're trying to get us all in check. You know, maybe they're trying to turn this motherfucker into Nazi Germany. I don't know. But it sure as the fuck ain't the land of the free no more, people. We need to wake up and clear that shit up right fucking now. This ain't the land of the fucking free no more. This land of the fee. This is here's the deal I'm taking this from. This is the land of the fee and the home of the slave. That's what we live in right now. And that's true too, Polar Bear, but that's the problem, bro. If you watch a quarter, a fucking an eighth of what I've been watching, dude, you'll see every time a person knows that they are not in the wrong, and this officer is literally just harassing them at this point. They have no legal fucking cause to keep them detained. And when these people know that and they ask for a supervisor, they call for your boss, their boss, to come down here because they know that this is an unlawful fucking stop and they don't have to fucking comply with this bullshit. Well, when they do call a fucking supervisor and they do show up on the scene, they agree with the fucking illegal fucking stop and the illegal fucking detainment and the illegal fucking identification. They agree with it. They back up their officer's bullshit because their boss before that trained them the same bullshit. You know what I mean? So you can tell them the actual Constitution, your actual fucking rights, all you fucking want. They don't fucking care. You can quote them direct fucking shit to look up. They will not do it because they don't fucking care. You will obey or you will go in handcuffs and you'll go to jail. And they'll keep you there until they feel like letting you the fuck out. And when the charges are dropped, you can try to file a lawsuit, but you're probably going to not get that either. And if you are one of the lucky ones, then all you're doing is taking tax money. All you're doing is getting fucking paid tax money or insurance money. You're not doing nothing to the officer that beat you or fucking tackled you to the ground or fucking, shot you or busted the window out of your car because he didn't like the fact you didn't have your window all the way down and just held your ID up like the law actually fucking says. There's a couple states that they say you have to present it if the crime has been committed, but most states say you can just present it, hold it up so they can see the information. And that's actually all you have to fucking do. But the cops don't like that. So if they tell you to roll your window all the way down and you don't roll your window all the way down, the next thing that happens is you're getting yanked out the fucking car, whether they got to bust the window to get to you or not. And they can be making an unlawful stop and an unlawful arrest and assault you, but as soon as you push back, which is self-defense in every type of that situation. If it is an unlawful fucking stop, you have the fucking right. This is in the Constitution. If it is an unlawful arrest and an unlawful stop, and you are being, and there you go, hands-on with you, you are allowed to resist that because that is fucking self-defense. But it doesn't matter because they're going to say you assaulted a fucking officer because you resisted arrest, even though there was no fucking probable cause for the goddamn arrest in the first fucking place. And dude, I've seen people go to jail. I've watched 50 to 100 videos of people going to jail sent for the only charge was resisting arrest. Because these fucking cops, especially Florida and Kentucky, can't get it through their fucking head that that's a secondary fucking charge. You had to have a reason to arrest the person in the first fucking place for them to resist your fucking arrest. But the only charge you have is resisting arrest. And their IQs are so fucking low, they can't comprehend that, dude. And these are the people that are being hired and paid six figures to protect and serve. Oh, yeah. But at the same time as those awards, Polar Bear, is I'll be covering these videos. Believe me, here in the near future, you're going to see what I'm talking about. And a lot of these that I'm going to fucking cover that I've watched, not only did they do something really bad to somebody, and the department got a lawsuit, and the people won the lawsuit, but the officer didn't get fired. They got promoted, or they got officer of the month, or they got a fucking like a fucking career achievement type thing, bro. So just because they got those awards doesn't mean they were the good guy, because they get rewarded for being the bad guy, bro. Believe me. I don't know everything. I'm never going to claim to know everything. But in some of these, especially these select fucking states, there's a few states, bro, that it's clear as fucking day, bro. It's corruption from the top to the bottom. I mean, all the way up to the fucking like Supreme Courts in some of these situations. The state Supreme Courts, not the federal. So far, the only thing the federal fucking Supreme Court, they got a Pennsylvania versus Mims and a Terry v. Ohio that both need fucking overturned, and they need to be stuck up the fucking cop's ass. That's what needs to be done with those two things. Both those need to be fucking overturned because they're both bullshit. Because what the Terry stop did was took away. It basically took away our fucking Fourth or Fifth Amendment. I think it's Fifth Amendment, where we were supposed to be secure in our person, place, and papers or whatever, however that goes. Because what a Terry stop is, what Terry v. Ohio, what that does is they can make up any kind of bullshit. You know, I seen you jaywalk back there, so I need your identification. Or we got a call that there was someone suspicious looking in vehicles, so we need your identification. That's what Terry v. Ohio did. So the whole fucking country, the whole fucking thin blue line is using that bullshit now to search people and ask for identification when they know that they have not fucking committed crime. But Terry v. Ohio didn't just completely reverse that where they don't have to have probable cause. It just made it easier for them to make up probable cause. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's exactly why they always say quit resisting. Because as long as they're saying quit resisting, then everybody around, whether videotaping or not, half the people is going to think that person's actually fighting against them. You know what I mean? But you can watch that. Anybody goes back and watches that live that I did earlier, and like I said, I might do videos out of it, I might not. But there's one situation. There's a 25-year-old man, a black man, on the sidewalk where a friend of his had just died recently before, and he was standing at a memorial. They was having a memorial for his fallen friend, and he was standing on the sidewalk on this public sidewalk at this memorial for his friend when he was fucking tackled by like 3 police officers because supposedly he fit the description of a armed robbery suspect. Okay, well, the armed robbery suspect was 6'1", wearing a brown hoodie. This dude was 5'7", wearing a red t-shirt. Okay, standing on a public sidewalk. He wasn't running, he wasn't hiding, he was standing on a public sidewalk at this memorial. They tackle him to the ground. During the video, during the body cam, you could see him looks like they stick something in his pocket. And he even says, What'd you just put in my pocket? He had a loaded weapon on him. This is America. We also have that Second Amendment right. Y'all remember that, right? Right to bear arms. Okay, we got that too. So this dude was arrested for possession of a firearm, suspected of armed robbery, possession of drugs, resisting, all this bunch of shit. They take him to jail. While he's in jail, they arrest the actual armed robbery suspect, the guy 6'1" wearing a brown hoodie. They find him, arrest him. But after they arrest him, they still don't bother letting the other guy out. But after 54 days in jail, they let that guy out, and all charges were dismissed. They tried to file a civil lawsuit. Nope, denied. Didn't even get tried. They wouldn't even accept it as, the court wouldn't even accept it. Using Matt Damon and Ben Affleck for their movie being on reel and preventing them from doing their jobs now. Huh? Yeah, the awards are bullshit. You got that right, Polar Bear. Yep, and that's why they always say quit resisting. The RIP. Oh, okay. So that's what that's about. See, I hadn't watched that, man. I thought it was like some sci-fi shit or something. So that's like reality type shit that I'm talking about. So is it worth watching, Polar Bear? If you say it's good, we'll check it out. Remember the RIP we've been seeing on Netflix? He's talking about he says, how about the Florida cops suing Matt Damon and Ben Affleck for their movie being too real and preventing them from doing their jobs now? And see, I didn't know about this. So this is what they're doing. Them guys did the same thing I'm trying to do, but I don't have that kind of fucking pull, baby. We talk about Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. So they did a movie about how bad the Florida cops are. Is that what you're telling me? Because that would make, dude, oh my God, Florida's bad. Florida's so fucking bad, man. It's okay. It's about ripping off some drug dealers. Okay. Oh my God, y'all. I'm not even bullshit, dude. Florida's bad. This one dude, man, this was a couple years ago. There was a traffic stop down there, and they already gave dudes a ticket and everything. The traffic stop was over. After the traffic stop was over, the fucking cop asked him to get out of the truck. After he done gave him the citation, well, the law is once they give you your citation, the fucking traffic stop's done. It's over from there on out. Well, he done did that. And then he asked him to step out of the vehicle. He said, no, I'm not stepping out of the vehicle. The traffic stop is over. You do not have probable cause to start another traffic stop. He knew his fucking rights, people. This guy knew his rights. But he was in Florida, so it didn't matter to this cop. Right? Didn't matter. So they try to fucking pull him out of the truck. When they're trying to pull him out of the truck, he hits the fucking key and floors it. He starts the truck up, takes off down the road, drags one of them good fucking quarter mile down the road or farther before he falls off the truck. He does crash his truck. Now they got him face down in a fucking ditch, guns drawn, fucking holding him hostage. They took him to jail. This dude spent over a fucking year in jail, over 365 days. I think it's 367. So it's just a couple days over a year he spent in jail. And then charges were dropped because fleeing an unlawful stop is legal. And because he had already been presented with his fucking ticket for the traffic stop was over. But even though this dude, the charges were dropped because he was right, it didn't matter. He had already spent a full fucking year in jail over this shit because that cop wanted to be a fucking pig. You know, and he had done this to other people. Apparently, he had a habit of this shit because when I watched this video, they had multiples. of him doing this to people. After the stop was done, handing their ticket, all right, I need to step out of the vehicle. What? You know? Some of the cops in the heists are on the dealer's payroll. Oh, I got you. And, you know, we don't know that shit's not real either, man, because I'll tell you what, all these big channels that I watch are all about to cover this Lego situation that's going on, man. Apparently, it started in Oregon. There was a place called Bricks and Minifigs. Yeah, Bricks and Minifigs was the name of it. And it was a consignment shop. And a dude took his family's fucking Star Wars Lego collection into this consignment shop for them to sell worth $200,000. And during this time, someone, corporate or whatever, came in, shut the store down, took it over. The Legos disappeared out of the store. The man never got his money or his Legos. He takes them to civil court. He wins in civil court. They owe him $200,000 or his fucking Legos. And dude's not paying it. Well, he lives in a different state. Utah. Yeah, they're in Utah. So this YouTuber is trying to help this man get his money or his Legos. And he's trying to help him out. He goes to Utah trying to serve new court papers to this guy that stole the fucking Legos, basically. And apparently this guy and all the cops and the judge, and all of them are Mormon. They all go to church together. And some of them even went to BYU, which I did not know was a Mormon college until I started watching these videos. Brigham Young University apparently is a Mormon college. I had no idea. But this whole police force, the judge, the guy that stole the Legos, they're all Mormon. They're all Mormon brothers, I guess you could say, right? So everything, it didn't matter what this kid did, they kept arresting him. They was arresting him for putting signs on public property. They were arresting him for hanging a sign on a fence to take a picture for Instagram when they had permission from the person that owned the fence to do so. And they were still cutting his sign down and taking it. They were charging him with fucking harassment for trying to serve these fucking court papers, trying to follow the fucking law. They were fucking, finally, he's like, fuck it, they're not going to let me serve the papers. So they hung that picture and they started a GoFundMe to try to get this man his money that way through a fucking GoFundMe. Then the cops tried to say he's using the fucking GoFundMe to collect money on a false fucking shit. It gets so bad, they put out another warrant for this kid's arrest, and he ended up going to fucking Mexico. He had to go to fucking Mexico, so they'd leave him the fucking lane. It was that bad. Because this whole fucking town of fucking cops and their fucking judge and this fucking dude that stole shit are all fucking buddies, and they all go to church together. And they probably all got 6 or 7 wives, apparently. You know. No shit. I did not know that, Polar Bear. That makes sense. Yeah, dude. I can't even make this shit up, dude. And one of my favorite guys on here, well, actually, one of my favorite guys already covered it. That's where I seen it, was on Here's the Deal. But civil rights lawyer dropped on his community tab yesterday that he said, don't worry. He said, calm down. I'm on the Legos. It's coming. So apparently he got a lot of messages. Hey, man, you need to check in this Lego situation. So he's checking out the Lego situation now. So I'm going to be hearing it from him. And I might react to that one live or something when he drops it. We'll see. But yeah, man, it's fucking crazy, dude. Everything this kid tried to do was by the fucking law. He had to try to sort it out verbally first before he could even take it to the courts to try to fucking start a lawsuit. And he had to go through hell and high water trying to do that. Got fucking trespassing, all this bunch of shit. Finally gets the courts to accept it after all his fucking trouble. And they give him the papers. And then he has to present the papers to the fuck person. They have to be served. Fucking, what's that called, y'all? some server. But so he goes and gets one of those, and while he's there with his server, process server, that's it. While he's there with the process server, we're trying to serve these fucking papers. The law's called like 7 fucking times, and like in one time, and in one shot, one day, trying to serve these fucking papers to this dude. And he, the kid was trying to do everything right, but this entire fucking town, and I'm imagining that's why dude stays there, because he knows he ain't got to worry about shit. It got so bad that they went to the Mormon church and spoke to one of the I believe it was supposed to be one of the young up and comers or whatever, one of the main dudes, I guess. And he went to try to talk to him. And dude called to log in and said dude wasn't even from his church, and he was up there walking around his house and this and that. He kept saying everybody was up there walking around his house when they weren't. After the dude got trespassed, he never stepped back on dude's property. But every time dude called the fucking police, because the chief put out a fucking statement, was the last thing I heard about it. The chief put out a statement, said every time dude fucking called, he said that they were on his fucking property, up knocking on his fucking door, looking in his windows, all this bunch of shit. Yeah, and it got so bad, this kid had to go to Mexico, because even when he said, fuck it, they're not going to let me fucking sue his ass. They're not going to let me do it through the fucking courts. So I'm going to start a fucking GoFundMe and let people know that this motherfucker stole $200,000 with Legos from this family. And hopefully we can just get in donations. Well, then they're like, well, there's a defamation or a fuck, whatever the fuck it is about making people look bad. Well, it's not defamation of character, because the courts had already fucking, the courts had already said you stole the fucking Legos. The civil fucking claim already fucking went through in the favor of the actual owner of the fucking Legos. Dude, he went so far to call the cops and say that these kids had heroin in their car. So they stopped him. They searched the entire fucking car, searched their entire person, found nothing. Yeah. And he also went as far as to fucking call and say that they stole the fucking Legos, or they were staying in a fucking a B&B or Airbnb. Yeah, they were staying in Airbnb, and whoever they were renting off of was listening through the vents for the fucking walls, and they called and said that they heard them in there talking about some Legos that they stole. And I think that was bullshit too. I think that whole thing there was made up by those fucking cops in that town, to be honest with you. But I don't know. But it's bad, man. And now the best of the best, I think, with the civil rights law you're getting on it, I think we're about to find out what needs to be done and all that bunch of shit, man. And some of it he may have stretched the truth on some of it. We're up in the air on that part too, because there's like when they came and arrested him at the Airbnb looking for the stolen Legos, he showed the cop had his arm stretched out behind him, and he said the cop dislocated his shoulder. And he showed an X-ray picture. Well, the problem is on the X-ray picture, there's an L up in the corner indicating that it's probably left arm, left shoulder, but it was his right shoulder that the cop had a hold of in the video. So that's kind of got some people questioning, some things about this situation.
Unless the camera's backward.
Yeah, unless the camera's backward, which is also very possible, and nobody's taking that into consideration either. See, like right now, this camera's backwards. See, y'all, this is my left hand on the screen, but this is my right hand. But on the screen, it's looks like my left. And a lot of cameras fucking do that. So we got to remember that shit too. You know what I mean? Yeah, Polar Bear said Brigham Young is the godfather of Mormon religion, father of birthplace. So don't think my comments are going through, but I'm still here. Oh Oh yeah, there it is. It was about crooked law here. You ever see Terror on 59? Shit happened here. I don't think so. I've never heard of that. Yeah, my bad, Spider Baby. Your comments come through. I'm just fucking just talking too much. Fallout. What's Fallout?
That Fallout Boy.
Yeah, I know Fallout Boy. I like a couple of their songs. Yeah, I think it's just I don't know what happened there, Spider Baby. I don't know why I didn't see those. But yeah, I'm actually able to share my own screen now. You guys, if anybody goes checks that live stream that I dropped earlier, I did it widescreen, vertical. What's the vertical? Yeah, I did a horizontal. If I pay for this, if I break down and I pay this 44 something a fucking month, which I don't know how in the fuck I'm going to be able to do that, but if I do, then my live streams are going to start going to both because I can do both formats at the same time on here, but you have to have a paid thing to do it. And I can go vertical and horizontal at the same time, so people can come in through computers, phones, however the fuck they want to come in. You know what I mean? And I like that. I just don't know if I want to pour that much money into it, man. And I know it sounds greedy or whatever on my part, but if I don't know I'm going to make $44 back a month between YouTube and TikTok, then I don't feel like I should pay $44 something a month for StreamYard. You know what I'm saying? And I've been waiting another 3-4 months trying to get paid from YouTube. I think I'm up to $54. So I'm still fucking $46 away from getting paid, which equals out to 80, 90 fucking dollars in real money. So it's gonna be a while. I mean, hopefully some of these will take off. I actually had a few people in that first live stream for a while earlier. I seen 22 people one time. I don't know if it was legit or not, but I seen 22 at the top of my screen earlier, which would be fucking amazing, y'all. I ain't seen numbers like that in years. But Fallout is a series based off the game. Oh, okay. I kind of figured when you said Fallout, I was thinking about the game, but right, I know Spider Baby. That was my fault. Yeah, I seen polar bears, and I just skipped over here somehow. I don't know. And a paranormal come in and said, "Wow," I don't know. I was blabbering, talking. Yeah, they all come through. Y'all would like it. It's crazy shit. That could actually happen. Fallout? Okay. I always wondered, I never played the game, but I always wondered if it was kind of like, some shit that could actually happen in real life. Hell yeah. Yeah, I didn't do it on purpose, I promise. Wasn't ignoring you. Yeah, man, I don't even know what we can do about how bad it's getting in this fucking country. But what I do know is we've got to do something about it. I don't know what it is, but we got to fucking do something. I'm smart enough to see what's happening, but I'm not smart enough to know what to do about it. Okay? You played the game, you gave up. That bad, huh? Still here. I don't have Wi-Fi yet, and phone internet maybe. Yeah, internet. I got you. It was behind it. There's a money symbol down there, y'all. I'm not trying to cut it. The end of your first sentences and whatever is always behind this fucking. There's a money symbol above my chat bar, and it covers up the last words. I don't know why the fuck they would put it there, but That's what I was trying to say. We as the people need to stick together. Absolutely. We need to get past our religious differences and our fucking political differences. You know, and with the color of our skin or the accent we talk with or where the fuck we were born at. If you're a fucking citizen in this fucking country, we're supposed to be fucking free and we're supposed to have fucking rights and we're supposed to be protected by law enforcement, not fucking tortured and fucking extorted and fucking illegally detained, you know, and unlawfully fucking incarcerated and charges dropped and then nothing happens after you spend months in fucking jail for some of these people, years in jail for some of these people, you know, and nobody's been held accountable. Nobody's going to prison if they're wearing a badge. And it doesn't matter whether it's a fucking I don't even know how to say that on here. You remember old Mike Turner? Well, I've even watched videos where they caught the cops for being a Mike Turner, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. I've seen 2 videos where someone else caught a predator and tried to show the cops they would do nothing about it. It's fucking mind blowing, man. It's mind blowing, except for the fact when you think about who's running this country right now and what list he's on. And nobody, like, it's like they nonchalant dropped that fucking list, knowing full well his name was on it. And they're like, here, what are you going to do about it, America? Here it is. What the fuck are you going to do about it? And what have we done about it? Absolutely nothing, y'all. People ain't even talking about it. The fact that the man in charge of this country is in those files. How's this country not having a problem with that? You know what I'm saying? Enough of us come together and get on the same page, we can clean house. That's exactly what we need to do, regardless of what we believe or what we are or who we are. Yep. Yeah, it's a matter of right and wrong. Yeah, it's a matter of what this country was fucking built on in the first fucking place. Because we're a long way right now. We're a long ways from what this country was built for and what this country was built on. This country was built by immigrants because we came over here and we wiped out the fucking people that actually fucking owned this fucking land. We came over and fucking slaughtered them like fucking sheep, you know. And then we stole the land from them. But we were all immigrants when that happened. You know, the only real Americans are the Indians. But yet now, in this day and time, we act like we don't welcome anybody from other countries. Period. We don't. I mean, why else would you create this fucking natural? Not even a natural disaster. This fucking dumpster fire of shit called ICE. I mean, why the fuck would you do that? Why would anybody fucking do that? What kind of sick motherfucker thought of that? You know what I mean? Are you fucking kidding me? And even if you did, even if it was a good idea at any fucking point in time, why wouldn't you shut the shit down once they started doing what they started doing? You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, bro, are you shitting me right now? You know, that's how I take that. Like, are you fucking serious? You know? Yeah, we going way back, Spider Baby. Way fucking backwards, man. I mean, our country is complete opposite of what the fucking Statue of Liberty says. Everybody remember what the thing on the Statue of Liberty says, the book she's holding? It says, give us your poor, give us your weak. You know, this was the land of the free, the home of the brave. This is the country where dreams came true. This is where people came for true freedom from fucking dictatorship and fucking third world country fucking starving and dirty water. You know, they came here to escape that shit. And that's what we were supposed to be about. You know, but now we're at the fucking point where they act like they don't want Canadians to come down here. Fucking Canada ain't never done nothing to us, man. What the fuck has Canada ever did to us? You know, they don't want people coming from nowhere, man. They don't want to come from Canada. They don't want to come from Mexico. They don't want to come from Cuba. Fucking, well, I guess Cuba's actually part of America, ain't it? Hell, I don't even remember. But it's like, the fuck, dude. How did we go from the actual greatest country in the world once upon a time? I truly believe that. I truly believe once upon a time we were the greatest nation. But we went from that to printing money without gold backing it and raising prices of shit with no fucking justification and raising taxes with no justification and imprisoning people with no justification. And you know, we're going to build these walls and we're going to fucking start ice and we're going to fucking do this. And we're going to fucking do that. And they're taking these baby steps with fucking marijuana. I mean, I know weed is nowhere near the importance of the other shit I'm talking about. Okay, I understand that. But it is important to me and a lot of people. And we were promised legalization. We were promised fucking legalization. Instead, they're now debating on taking it from a Schedule 1 narcotic. They're still calling it fucking narcotic to a Schedule 3 narcotic. They're still calling it fucking narcotic. But that's all they're talking about doing. They're reclassifying it a Schedule 3 narcotic instead of a Schedule 1 narcotic. So you're telling me that the government still had marijuana on the same list as fucking Fetty, whatever the fuck they call it, and fucking, you know, the really, really bad shit that I'm not even sure if I can say on here. They had it on that list still. In 2026, it's still a Schedule 1 narcotic. Are you fucking shitting me, man? And the only thing that he's doing is trying to turn it into a Schedule 3 narcotic. That does not mean legalization. The only thing that means is the government can start to supposedly, none of the taxes we've been paying on the weed has been going to the federal government, even though the receipt says we're paying federal taxes. Supposedly, none of this money from any of these legal states has been going to the federal government. So by rescheduling it, reclassifying it from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3, now they can, the people that have the dispensaries and shit can now start putting their money in the banks and not have to worry about it. And the government can start collecting taxes off this. See, that's all he's fucking done. That's all he's done. And that's not even confirmed yet. It's still being talked about. But that's the only fucking thing he's done. How is that legalized for the people? How is that giving the people what they fucking asked for? Because they're not giving a fuck about what the people ask for. They want full fucking control of the fucking weed too. They want any fucking weed we buy to be grown in a government operated fucking facility. So where we don't know what they put in it, it could be shit weed, it could be whatever. They want to control the fucking percentage of THC that's in that fucking bud that we buy. They want to control the percentage of the THC that's in the fucking dab or the fucking gummies or whatever. They want to control that shit. They're still selling shit right here in Ohio at the dispensaries. That's Delta THC. It's Delta 8. It's still synthetic shit. The same shit they're telling the gas station they couldn't sell. They're selling it at the dispensary that's supposed to be actual fucking weed. Yeah, this shit right here, y'all. We got this cannabis infused syrup, salted caramel infused syrup, 98% Delta 8 THC, 0 actual plant grown, dirt grown, seed grown THC. Why the fuck would that be, y'all? Why would that be? Uh-huh. That's exactly what I said. And it costs too fucking much still. Still costs too fucking much. It still costs more to get it from the fucking dispensaries than it does to get the way we've always got it. And that's ridiculous too. That's ridiculous in itself. You know, because California, you can get fucking ounces for $20 on a good day, on a sale day, $50 on a regular day. But up here, it's $140. You know, or more, depending on what you get and where you're getting it. You know, and that's fucking ridiculous. So I mean, if that's what they're putting in the edibles, how do we know any of it's fucking real? You know what I mean? And all the gummies might be the fucking Delta shit. You know, all the edibles could be the Delta shit. How do we know the fucking the fucking bud's not fucking hemp or fucking whatever, and they just put some fucking Delta shit on? I don't know. I don't know if they can grow synthetic weed or if I have no idea how synthetic weed works. I just know it's not a plant. It's not a seed that's put in the dirt and grown into a plant that's tended to on a constant basis for several months until it produces the sweetest fucking natural fucking sticky icky sweet bud that ever graced this fucking planet. That's what I do know. You know what I mean? But yeah, y'all, man, the shit's bad, dude. I mean, people, I can't believe it took people till 2026 for enough people to start realizing why the fuck are we still paying property tax? Why are we paying taxes every year on property that we own? And if we don't pay those property taxes, we'll lose the house that we built on the property we own. It's like, fuck, you know. I realized this shit a long time ago, man. You know, I mean, it's all a form of fucking extortion, man. Property taxes, car tax, fucking driver's license. I mean, driver's license, I don't have a problem with, okay? Because you don't want somebody driving that shouldn't be driving no more. You know, everybody's got it hits a certain point. They shouldn't be driving a car no more. You know, none of us want that day to come, but it does. You know, so renewing the driver's license, I have no problem with, but it shouldn't cost $50, $60 to do it ever. You shouldn't have to pay for those fucking tags every fucking year. You know, that's just those tags on your car is the same thing as paying property tax on your fucking property. Those tags that's you paying fucking taxes on your car every year. You realize that, right? You know, you're just paying taxes on your car to get that little sticker that says you paid your taxes on your car, so that you don't get fucking pulled over for not having valid tags. You know, it's fucking extortion from I mean, every fucking bit of it is just a form of fucking extortion to literally drain us of every fucking dollar they can drain out of us for any fucking given situation. You know, And then the fines, man. I mean, there used to be fucking $80 fine, fucking $50 fine for seatbelts, shit like that, dude. But when you watch these stops in fucking Florida and Texas, and Louisiana and shit, and fucking Georgia and Kentucky, it's like every fucking traffic violation is $500 automatic. Like you got a tail light out, $500. You got a fucking window tint too dark, $500. Fucking it's just like, are you like everything's $500? Like you got three fucking minor traffic violations, bam, it's $1,500 in fines. You either pay it or fight it in court. If you fight it in court, it's going to cost you more, and you're probably still going to have to pay it. So, what choice do you fucking have? And like I said, what makes that even worse for me, what pisses me off the most about that is that we can't go into public records on fucking Google and ask it, hey, how much did Ohio get out of traffic tickets in 2025? Google can't answer that question. I would literally have to go to the Ohio State Highway Patrol somewhere and file a FOIA request for that information. And then I would have to go to my sheriff's department and file a FOIA request for that information. Then I would have to go to the city police department and file a FOIA request for that information. And then I would have to go to any other fucking city police in this county, and then every other fucking county, and then add all those together to find out how much the state of Ohio took from people with minor traffic violations in 2025. That's how much I would have to do. I would have to go to each fucking place individually, every precinct, every branch of law enforcement in the state of Ohio, in every town, in every county, and file a FOIA request to get that information, and then add it all together myself to find out how much the entire state brought in. But at the same time, like I said, I can ask Google right now, how much did Texas get? How much money did Texas take for property taxes in 2025? And it's going to tell me it's between this many billion and this many billion. And I say that because every state is billions, by the way. Texas is up there because it's a big one. But yeah, I think it's stupid paying for water and sewer. Yeah, especially when the water ain't fucking drinkable. That too. Yeah. And how does tax, and if all this money, if they can tell us where all this money goes, which they can't even tell us how much money it is, first of all, but then they can't tell us where it all goes. And they try to say some of it goes for the fundings and doing this and doing that, but half the shit they say it goes for is covered by tax money already. So does that mean that where they say it goes to a charity or whatever, then that's a lie too? Does it all go into the fucking officers' retirement funds? Or does it just go into the judge's bank account? Where's the fucking money go? That's why I've been saying that so much lately. Where's the money, Lebowski? Where's the money? Where's the money, Lebowski? You know what I mean? Because I want to know where the fuck, how much it was, how much of that did they make just in 2025. That's all I want to know. I'm not even trying to look back through the entire fucking, the last 10 years or the last 50 years or since they started fucking, enforcing all these other stupid laws that they've added over the years. I just want to know in 2025, I want to know about how much Florida got out of traffic tickets. I want to know how much Louisiana got out of traffic tickets. I want to know how much Texas got out of traffic tickets. I want to know how much Kentucky got out of traffic tickets. Ohio, Michigan, fucking, I want to know. I want to know. And then I want to know where all that money went. I want to know what all that money paid for. I want to know what was improved in the community with that money. You know what I mean? Because we all know that the taxes are supposed to take care of the schools and the streets, which a lot of us have shitty schools and shitty streets. So we've been asking for years, where the fuck's the tax money going? But what about this money that we have no access to, no easy access to, and we know has to be billions per state that the courts are taking? And it's all government. So don't take that fucking city government, county government, state government bullshit. It's all government. It ends in government. It's fucking government. Okay. So where'd the money get? You know, where is the fucking money going that people are being fined all day, every day across this country? Where's that money? Why is there still some places? There's a town, old coal town in West Virginia, that can't even drink the fucking water down there. You know, and when the auditors go down and try to talk to them, they get fucking arrested and shit. You know, because it's like it's a cover up, like it's, you know. Well, if the town doesn't have the money to fix it, I completely understand that. It's a small town, old pipes. I understand this. But the government, the full government, has taken, it has to be billions, y'all. It has to be. At least in the billions, especially Texas, Florida, has to be in the fucking billions of money they collected through fucking victimless fucking crimes and traffic violations. So why is there any small town, any fucking anything in this country that doesn't have clean drinkable water? Unpoisoned, unfucking soiled, you know. Why would we have anybody still living like it's a fucking third world country when we know that there's billions upon billions upon billions upon billions of tax dollars and fucking extorted dollars? I'm just going to call it extortion because that's what the fuck it is. Extorted money from the American people. Where the fuck is this money? And why would anybody not have access to clean drinking water when there's that much money somewhere? I don't give a fuck what state, what county, what city that money was collected in. It's all government money now because they already took it, you know. I want to know that too. Our roads are shit here, right? Yeah, we can't drink tap water, man. Ain't no way. If it's for maintenance, just fucking say it. But you have it, man, right? Yeah, that's ridiculous. You know, they charge people for fucking tap water, and we don't even know if it's safe to shower in and cook with, but we do. But ain't none of us wanting to drink this shit. It's instant fucking heartburn because of the fucking fluoride and chlorine in it. Whichever's causing that fucking heartburn. Probably a combination of both, really. I've never swallowed toothpaste to find out the effects, at least not on purpose, to test the effects of fluoride, but I imagine that it would have some kind of a side effect, like acid reflux or heartburn, whatever. I just know when you turn the faucet on, it smells like fucking bleach. I know that. It's not as bad as some, but still don't drink it. I can't blame them. It's the same way here. One of the nurses at the hospital here, dude, when I was in there getting something for my tooth, man, it was bad. I had to go and get antibiotics. Went to the ER. And I was talking about the fucking bad water here. She's like, oh, no. Did you know that here in Courthouse, they put one of the lowest amounts of fluoride in the water here than anybody else? She said it's so low that my doctor actually put my daughter on fluoride drops. Dude, I was speechless. I just got stuck like this. That's all I could do. She's talking about the doctor put her daughter on fluoride drops because there wasn't enough fluoride in our fucking water. I swear to God, for 5 minutes, y'all, I didn't move from this position. I was just stuck. I was like, dude, what? Oh my God, dude. Why? You know? Now, granted, y'all, I only got 20 teeth left in my head now. After I got them two pulled out, I had 20 teeth. And they pulled those two out. So now I have 9 on top and 11 on the bottom. So I got 20 teeth left. All right. But, you know, I have not brushed my teeth regularly my entire fucking life, y'all. And I'm talking months between brush, years between brush. Now I do go in there and I'll fucking rinse my mouth with peroxide and then I'll rinse mouthwash. But brushing, no. Putting fluoride on my teeth, no. And you know, yeah, they filled some cavities and shit, y'all, but I still had some healthy teeth. Most of my teeth that were fucked up because they were pressed together. They were pressed against each other, and that's caused them to crack, caused cavities between them, shit like that. There was no way to floss some of my teeth because they were pressed together too much. Where you going? Oh my goodness. I just let a damn demon and she just got up and walked away, y'all. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? I ain't never seen her walk away from that. She's like, nope, I don't want none. Go ahead. Where we've been stuck on this fucking diet last few days because where we've got our teeth pulled, ain't been able to eat regular shit. And we've been eating a lot of fucking pudding and fucking ice cream and fucking milkshakes. Fucking got me constipated, man. Fucking, I've been shitting out solid motherfucking bricks today. But that is not fun with a fucking colostomy bag, y'all. I'll tell you right now. I mean, it wasn't fun without the colostomy bag either. I remember grabbing the fucking sink and the fucking side of the tub. Ah, get out of me. You know, I remember those days, but it's still bad enough. It fucking sucks with colostomy bag. Yeah, they had to fucking when they did the sedative, they put me to sleep from get my teeth pulled out. They did the same thing there. They did it IV wise, which I man, y'all know me and needles, man. We don't get along, but I let them do it. You know, I'm getting more accepting than I used to be, but yeah, they try to give them a left hand. I still got a bruise on that. You can't hardly see it, can you? But there's a bruise right there. Still, ouch. But she couldn't get it in there because the scar tissue from where they blew that vein out when I was in the hospital. I would be drinking broth, chicken or beef. Right? We ain't got neither one of those. Neither one of us thought that.
The other day, if I had a can of chicken noodle, I'd love to have it just to open it and drink shit.
Yeah, we didn't even think about that when we was getting it. And with the jello and pudding was sent to us, the milk was bought for us. The potatoes were bought for us. Fucking yeah. Ice cream was bought for us, you know. Couple different people on TikTok. Because we literally didn't have enough soft foods in the house and no way to buy them. She was about to put her shit off again. She was about to postpone getting her teeth pulled for like the third fucking time. About the third time, she was going to postpone it. And when she was at the dentist, they said she had infection in there again. And I told her, I was like, no, don't, you can't. We got to figure out a way. And the day before or a couple days before, a couple people on fucking TikTok sent grocery orders to the house. And we had enough ice cream and soft shit and pudding mixes and milk and jello that to get through a couple weeks or whatever we got to do till her gums healed up enough to give Daddy his first gum job. I'm gonna be the first steak she tries to chew with them gums. You know, I had to drink a lot of broth, Spider Baby, when I with my diverticulitis, and you know what? I think my favorite was actually the vegetable. I think I like the vegetable over the chicken or the beef. Now, I still like the chicken and the beef, and especially the low sodium ones. The ones that were real low sodium. I love those because, you know, when I've always, broth has always been salty. I mean, most broth I've ever had just seems salty as fuck. But when we're getting them low sodium boxes, it was pretty
The
good.
ones I was getting you wasn't high in salt.
Yeah, they were all low sodium. That's what I'm saying. They were like 33% less sodium or fucking 80 something. It's crazy numbers. It's crazy difference. You know, but yeah, I had some really good fucking vegetable broths when I used to drink those boxes of broth, try to get through my divers. Feel bad my friend don't do needles either, but I finally managed to get him to go to the hospital. Almost died, right? But yeah, that's how we do, man. It's a man, ain't it? Yeah, you said him. We don't like doctors, man. You know, and it's starting to feel more and more like the doctors work for the government too. You know what I mean? Because big pharma funds the government. The doctors push big pharma's product. Big pharma is fighting the marijuana left and right, tooth and nail, because they know that's going to take a lot of their business away unless big pharma can get in on the marijuana, which that's what I feel like is really coming. I think it's all just a big delay until big pharma can feel like they have at least uh majority control. Yeah. We're all stubborn, Spider Baby. At least most of the manly men that I know. We don't like doctors. We don't like going in there. The only way you're gonna get us there is if we honestly feel like we might not make it. You know, we might actually be dying this time. All right, fuck it, let's go. You know. And I know we shouldn't be that way, but we shouldn't have to worry about the doctor forcing shit upon us that we don't need either. You know, and we shouldn't have to worry about whether we're going to need something that the insurance don't want to approve or not. You know, but we're going, we're doing right. He had he not, they said 3 more hours he wouldn't be here. Yeah, I don't know if they said it was quite that drastic for me, but they told me, you know, if I would have waited much longer, they said I would have went septic because my apparently my shit had blew out days before I went to the hospital. When my lower intestine exploded, apparently that happened days before I went to the hospital. So all that bile and shit was just floating free inside of me. But my intestine had already, fuck are you doing? My intestine had already grabbed a hold of my bladder and was trying to grow into my bladder. And if it would have made contact and with the bladder, then I would have went septic. And they might have been able to save me from that, and they might not. I might have had to take medicine for the rest of my life to, to keep me from dying of blood poisoning or whatever. They said a lot of different shit could have went bad if I would have went septic. But then I get there, I get to go to this hospital, and they're like, it's bad. We don't have the fucking equipment or the manpower. We don't have the surgeons. We can't do this here. Where do you want to go? So I picked fucking Chillicothe. Chillicothe's like, well, we're trying to wait to see if the antibiotics will just heal everything back by itself. Like, my fucking lower intestine exploded. Obviously, there had to be shit in it when that happened. That's now floating around inside my body. So y'all's fucking decision here is to leave me laying here on antibiotics, eating ice chips for 8 days while my body was surviving by eating the bacteria inside of it. That was their game plan. And then after 8 days, and it was still where it was, then the general surgeon came in and she's like, all right, I'm taking him into surgery whether anybody else is coming or not. She got tired of everybody else trying to make up the fucking money. And everybody keeps asking me, why do you still got that bag on? Wasn't it supposed to get reversed? Why are you still wearing that bag? Because I got to go back to the same fucking doctors that did that to get the bag reversed. Would you want to, or would you rather just keep the fucking bag at this point? Because they want me to do another fucking colonoscopy and all that bunch more fucking tests that I do not want to fucking do, but they're not going to reverse the fucking bag unless I do the fucking test. Is appendix rupture? Yep. I know a couple people that almost fucking unalived from that shit. As far as I know, I still got mine. I don't know. Yeah, I imagine. I think I still got tonsils and everything. I don't know. Mom ain't around to ask no more. Anything before I was fucking 12, probably. I can, very, very vaguely fucking remember. I remember the closest thing I'd had to a surgery before the big old fucking scar I got down my front torso now was when I was a kid, and I got earaches a lot. Well, when I get an earache, Mom would stuff cotton balls in my ear and stuff, to keep the heat in there, ease up the pain. Well, I got an earache at school one day, and I tore the corner off of a napkin and rolled it up, put it in my ear. Well, I forgot about it, and it went down in my ear, all the way down in my ear. And the skin grew over top of it, and I got an ear infection. Ear was fucking killing me. Like, oh my God, my ear fucking hurts so bad. I mean, I'm crying, dude. I mean, it's fucking horrible. Mom takes me to the hospital up in Wilmington. He looks in there and he asked me, have you put anything in your ear? And somehow I remembered. I'm like, yeah, man, I put a piece of napkin down in there at school one day, and I don't remember ever taking that out. And they had to go in there and cut the skin and remove that piece of napkin, but the skin had grown over inside of my ear. Oh my God. I remember squeezing Mom's hand while he was doing that. I about broke her fucking hand. I know I did. I think I was 10 years old when that happened. Oh, but it was bad. I was up there every day at the hospital because he didn't want to be alone, right? Yep, same thing Maria did for me. That's why I went. That's why I went to Chillicothe. I knew she wouldn't be able to get to OSU, and she wouldn't be able to get to Dayton. It was too far away. But Chillicothe was a little bit closer, so I trust Chillicothe, and I feel like they damn near killed me. I don't feel like making me lay there for 8 fucking days collecting insurance money for my fucking free health care. I don't think that was in any way or in shape or form to benefit me. You know what I mean? And they even brought some students in to display, man, his fucking lower intestines exploded. You know?
Yeah, that's what that hospital is known for now.
Yeah, it's like a
Or
training hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just there. They was just keeping me on display to see how many what the hell's it called when you go to like the Eiffel Tower and shit? You got a guide that takes you through tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just want to see how many tour guides they can bring through, how many sets of tourists they can bring through and show off the attraction before they decided to fix me. That's how I feel about it. Sometimes I feel like I'm a god in human form. I feel like that when I'm balls deep in something. Yeah, I feel like a god all the time, man. When I'm giving her just a tip, she says, fucking do it, daddy. And then I just bury it. Oh, yeah, I feel like a god right there. Absolutely. Other than that, though, my body hurts too much every day to feel like another god, feel like an actual god. Permission first. Yep, first. They brought some students in with him, too. They asked for his permission first. They might have asked me. Did they ask? Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah.
They have to ask you.
Yeah, they came in and asked me too. I was like, I don't give a fuck. It's probably what I said too, is I don't give a fuck. They never do. The only
Yeah, you was at that point where you was just in pain.
Yeah, the only person that ever complained about my language the whole time I was in the hospital was the fucking hospital administrator. And she's also the main one that lied to me. She's the only one that lied to me, really, when it came down to it. Yeah, she's the only one. She lied to me every chance she got. And she didn't like my language. Nobody else in that hospital, and I'm talking, there was male nurses that had male friends. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against them. I had foreign nurses. I had foreign doctors. I had nurses and doctors of all different colors from all different cultures, and nobody had a problem with the way I was fucking talking, except for that hospital administrator that was the lying bitch anyway. So I did not care that she was offended by my fucking language. You know what I mean? If one of my nurses, because they were all fucking golden to me, if one of my nurses would have asked me to refrain from cussing as much as I do, then I would have done so. But none of them were offended by my shit. Only the person that was lying to me was offended by my language. So when I found out she was offended by my language, I started saying fuck a lot more. How do you deal with this feeling? Which feeling? I just went through a lot of feelings. I don't know which feeling you're talking about. How do you deal with this feeling? He told them it was okay if it was helping them. Really? Yeah, my exact words when they said, do you mind if we bring some students in? I was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And dude, if they're in med school, they're obviously old enough to hear the word fuck. You know what I mean? So if they're old enough to come in and see an old man with a fucking catheter hanging out of his dick, then they're old enough to hear the word fuck. You know what I mean? Right? Yeah. Yeah, if this is for medical educational purposes, by all means, bring them on in. You know, no, I was like, I don't give a fuck. That's exactly what I said. Like, you sure? It's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I said it again. Yeah. Yeah, none of my doctors, nurses, nobody else had a problem with the way I talked, except for the hospital administrator. And I told all the other doctors and nurses, I was like, if she wouldn't have lied to me so many fucking times, then I might have cleaned my language up a little bit for her. But Since she didn't, she just wanted to keep lying to me. Fuck her. Yeah, I feel like that's another point. I probably would have had a fucking lawsuit there, but they kept me alive. So I mean, I wouldn't feel right about suing somebody that actually did keep me alive. You know, I am still here because they finally did do the right fucking thing. I'm pissed that they waited 8 fucking days to do so, but I'm not going to try to sue someone that, you know, I'm still here because of them. You know, that'd be fucked up. I get pissed off when I see those type of lawsuits. You know, when it's fuck up, the fuck up. The feeling of being a god in human form. Oh, how do I handle it? How do I deal with it? I don't know. I feel like my dick gets a little bigger when I get that feeling. You know, get a little deeper. I just keep fucking. That's how I deal with it. Then I just keep going at a slow and steady pace until she tells me, "Go, baby, go! Hurry up, hurry up!" You know. Then I finish her off. Exactly. He figured if it helped them, or if maybe by chance they may catch something. Yeah, that too. That would be fucked up, bro. But you know what, Spider Baby? That's exactly the same shit that went through my head. I know it's fucking crazy, far fetched, but the same shit that went through my head, man. I was like, you know, one of these fucking kids in here, first fucking year in fucking med school or some shit, come walking in here and be like, well, hey, did you? What about this? And nobody else, you know, thought about it. Because you never know, man. You never know. There could always be a fucking Doogie Howser walking around. We don't know. Yeah. What do you do, Ultra? What kind of question is that? Oh, I got you. I'm hooked on a feeling, so in love with you. She said exactly. God damn, the other 3 hours. Oh, was it 340 or 240 on the first live stream? Huh? 2 hours and 40 some minutes. So that's over, still 5 hours and 40 some minutes I've been live today. Just on YouTube. It's not even counting the TikTok live.
That's kind of good though, because it's putting me back in the algorithm. So
Oh yeah, I definitely got back in the algorithm. When I seen that 22 a while ago, I knew I was in the strip, trying to understand myself and figure out truth. The truth about what? Whether we are actual gods in human form. I think it's only when we can make them call us God. Only when we can make them scream, "Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my God!" I think that's the only time we actually reach God mode. You know, I mean, other than that, we're not bulletproof. We can't stop a train. We couldn't catch an airplane falling out of the sky. You know, um, we couldn't stop a building from falling over. You know, so I think the only time we actually reach the only God mode we reach is when we make them call us God. I think that's it. Right. Yeah, that's just my opinion, of course. I don't know. I'm not an expert on God in human form. I mean, of course I've watched, Thor and Wonder Woman and all that. I'm waiting for the new Thor to come out because they showed at the end of the last one that Zeus was still alive and he was going to send Hercules after Thor. So I want to see Thor whip old Herc's ass. Hopefully Chris Hemsworth ain't too old by then and they don't switch doors on us. Who knows? Maybe we are the gods we created. Yep. And dude, dude, you're pretty close to the way I feel. Actually, you're pretty close to how I think about that thing. The Bible was written by a man. Okay, if there actually was a book that was the Word of God, it was translated by a man, and men have cruel intentions. Men desire power. Men desire control. So this was translated by a man, and then it was rewritten by another man, and then rewritten by another man. And then when I was brought up on the King James version of the Bible. And I was about 12 years old when I realized they were telling me a man wrote this book. A human wrote this book. Not a God. Not the God. Not Jesus. A man wrote this book called the Holy Bible. And that's what I was supposed to go by, was a book written by a man with evil desires. Because like I just said, men desire power. Men desire control. You know, men are fucking greedy. They're not going to, you know, they're going to twist something in that book, even if it was the original Word of God at one time. It's not anymore. It's been changed to benefit a certain society, a certain group, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was rewritten to create more control over people. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, y'all, this is just my opinion. I don't judge anyone that goes to church. You can go to church 7 days a week if you want to. You can pray to God inside, outside, on the roof, in a spaceship, on the tilt world, in the merry-go-round. I don't care. I'm 100% behind you, and I 100% support your decision and your beliefs. But I myself will not. I cannot, and I'm just not going to. I'm not going to. You know, I believe our government is the only God that exists, and they're not a God. They're just on a fucking power trip. You know, we created that God. You know what I'm saying? We created that government. We allowed them to grow to the size that they are and allowed them to gain the power that they have. And it's time we said, slow the fuck down. But until we figure out where all this money that I'm talking about, where the fuck this shit's at, then I don't know what we're going to do, because I don't know if billions of us, if billions of us could get together at the same time and say enough is enough. Are we still sure that they're not going to send some fucking drones in and wipe us all out? Do we know that? And they don't even have to send our own soldiers against us. I guarantee they've got shit built already. Shit we don't know about. Shit nobody knows about. You know what I mean? They can fucking fly a fucking drone right up on the fucking house. Boom, bye-bye. You know what I mean? And what we going to do about it? We can't do shit about it because it's the government. We got to do something about that. Because it's still supposed to be we the people, not we the sheep. It's not obey your government. It's your government. It's for the people, by the people. Created for the people, by the people, you know. Yeah, translation of exactly, Spider Baby. If there was an original word of God, that ain't what it said. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even disputing that with nobody, that there may have been a book at one time that was written that was the actual word of God. That I'm not, that's possible. I don't know. I can't dispute that because I do not know. But what I do know is the translation has been changed too many times to the King James version that they tried to teach me. It had been changed by too many men at that time for me to believe that was still the word of God. There's no fucking way I could still believe that that's what I'm supposed to go by. And it's not because of what the book says. It's because it was twisted and rewritten and retranslated by multiple men, men of power, men who seek more power, men who seek more. I mean, literally, it's called the King James Version. Y'all, have you ever heard a good story about a king taking care of the people? Or have all you ever heard is kings taking more money from the people to feed his fat ass? You know what I'm saying? And it's literally called the King James Version. You know? Um, no, I can't put my faith in that, man. Well, the reason you don't go to church. And that's perfectly fine too. You can still be a complete believer and never go to church, because I have read the Bible, by the way. And the one part I do believe that may have still stayed since the original word of God was you can worship from anywhere. You can worship from the top of a mountain, the middle of a field, the middle of a lake, from your car, from your bedroom, from your office, from the bathroom. You can worship God wherever you wanted to do so.
Is your body is your temple.
Your body is your temple. You did not have to be in the house of God putting money in the collection plate, trying to save little Timmy. Little Timmy can walk again. If you can send me $55,000 right now, little Timmy can stand up out of this wheelchair. I know y'all remember that shit. I know y'all remember that shit, man. You know? And that, dude, that's one of the prime examples of what made me this asshole that some people call me, of a non-believer. That, I mean, they're like, how can you just be stuck like that, Willie? How can you not be open-minded to there being a God? Because I watched these motherfuckers. In the name of Jesus, send me $50,000 so I can make little Timmy walk again. I witnessed this shit, bro, and I watched the people send the fucking money to this shit. And dude, okay, I can't say what God should do, okay? But what I can say is, if I was God, what I would do, and I would stop that. You see what I'm saying? You know, if he can actually take us home whenever he wants to, like the Christians believe, then why can't he take the bad people when they need to go, instead of after they've taken advantage of hundreds and thousands of people? You know, why does a SA offender, whatever, however, I don't know how to say it on here, but how do they do what they do and then continue to do what they do if there is an actual God? Why would any child ever die of cancer if there was an actual God? You know, and I'm not trying to force anybody, tell anybody, don't believe in God, don't go to church. By all means, do what you feel. But I'm just saying, I got my fucking reasons, and my reasons are too solid in my heart for me to overlook things like that. You know what I mean? There's just, if you're real, bro, you got some explaining to do. And the only thing, when you go, if you go, every time I've asked a preacher or a man of God or whatever, every time I've asked that question, and like I just said, they said, well, God gave us freedom of free will. I'm like, so that explains the criminality. That explains why they can use his name and extort people for lots and lots of money. Okay, that explains that. But what about little kids dying of cancer? You know what I mean? What about that? That has nothing to do with free will. They had no say so. No 7-year-old, 5-year-old fucking just decides one day, I want to get cancer. No, that's not nothing to do with fucking free will, bro. That's a fucking, what the fuck is what that is? You know? And if our government's God, if we go back on, if we look back at my side, and if our government's God, then that they are still protecting the people doing the work of the devil. You know what I mean? And I'm not just talking about the cops. I'm talking about the fucking SAers and, and I mean, on multiple fucking levels of the bad people being protected, So if the government's God, then there's some people that always believed that God was just Satan in disguise. Maybe those motherfuckers had it right the whole time. I don't know. This is why I can't believe, because too much shit is questionable, man. As an Arab and a former Muslim, I'm convinced that God is a product of the mind of a person who once existed. And I believe you could 100% be right on that. I'm not even going to dispute that whatsoever. That is a very good fucking possibility, without a doubt. Same applies for other religions. Exactly. I think God was created. That's why there's so many different religions and so many different gods. And maybe once upon a time there was a big fat dude named Buddha that convinced the people that he was taking care of them, and they gave him all they gave him all their gold, and he made it rain, and and whatever, and they thought that he really was a god, and that's a possibility. I wasn't around back then, but yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I think, man. I think that there was a book written in every language, and they all said different things, and they all were about a different God, and they all had different ways, and it was either a big fucking scheme to keep, just another thing to keep everybody fighting about on this fucking planet, because we all fight about some dumb shit, man. We fight about the color of our skin. We fight about our fucking political beliefs. We fight about our religious beliefs. We fight about the stupidest shit, man, when we could all actually be getting together and making the whole fucking planet a better place by getting rid of some of the trash, if you know what I mean, brother. If we took the trash out, y'all, man, this place would be nice. The whole planet would be so nice if we just all took the trash out. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Oh. Wouldn't be a problem if God himself weren't somewhat evil. Right. Right. Because if he did all that shit that on Exodus or whatever, right? Dude, that was some cruel fucking shit, right? Even if it was an asshole, man. I mean, if you got to do all that to the man, just take him out and get it over with. You know, fuck. That was torture, dude. I mean, even his kid, dude. He took his kid, he hit him with the flies, he was fucking raining frogs, fucking. Oh man, I can't even remember all of it, dude. That was horrible. Right, Spider Baby? You know what I'm saying? I'll make some good fucking points, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to start no fucking cult. I'm not trying to, get religious followers like I'm the fucking chosen one. I'm not. I'm a fucking high school fucking dropout, hillbilly motherfucking American that don't know shit about shit. But I know a lot of shit don't add up, you know. That's what I know. And I know the people of this country are being taken advantage of every fucking day. And yeah, I'm not going to say I've ever been a victim of police brutality. I'm not going to say I've ever been fucking false arrested or falsely detained. None of that. Yeah, she has been, but I have not. And I will openly admit that. I'm not going to lie about it. I have been in jail, and it was my own damn fault. You know, I have been arrested a few times, and it was my own damn fault. I'm not going to fucking beat around the bush and say it would. But I've still been fucked over by the government in different branches and different fucking parts of the government. My entire fucking life, man. I've said this 100 times on here. I'm 47 years old. I worked until I was 30, and I never saw a fucking federal income tax in my life. I never once got to see my federal income tax return. Never. Because it was taken by SSI for 2 or 3 years to pay back $800 and some dollars they ever paid me or whatever the fuck it was. And then it was fucking taken for something else that they never should have fucking taken for. And then it was taken for something else that they never should have fucking took it for. You know, every fucking time. It didn't matter how many jobs I worked, how hard I worked, how many hours I worked, how many taxes I paid in. I never got my motherfucking federal income tax in my life. Ever. I worked for 2 different places that I never got one place I can't say I never got a paycheck from, but I never got my last paycheck from. And another place I never received a paycheck from because I was working through one of those stupid fucking temp services. They placed me at this place called American Tool, and American Tool had me taking drill bits out of a box that said China in great big letters on the side of it, a wooden box from China with drill bits in it. And I had to wipe off the oil of the drill bits and place them in a plastic sleeve with a cardboard backing that said made in America. And I had already been there like for 4 or 5 hours that day before they moved me into that room. They had me out doing something else where I hadn't seen nothing like this yet. And then they moved me to a different department and they put me over there doing this with the drill bits. And I did this for about 5 minutes, y'all. And I'm like, nope, y'all, you're gonna have to find somebody else to do this. I'm not doing this. Because at that point in time, I still absolutely loved my country. I loved the United States of America wholeheartedly. And I could not consciously package something that straight out of China into a package that says made in America so that Americans could buy it thinking it was actually made here. I'm like, I can't fucking do this. No. So I left and nobody signed my timesheet. So because nobody there signed my timesheet, temp service said I was never there. So granted, it was only like 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours, but still I worked 5 to 6 hours at a tool factory, physical fucking labor, and never got paid a fucking dime for it because Nobody signed the fucking paper. Yeah. I'll never forget that shit. Each guy was expressing the culture of a particular group. Exactly. Exactly. That is facts. Culture. That is facts. But the question is, why does this continue to this day? Why do people divide into groups, each group having certain ideas that they have made part of their identity? I don't know. And like I said, man, I don't even have a problem. I have no problem with religion. I have no problem with there being multiple different religions, different gods. But what I don't understand is most religions, you're not supposed to judge others. But it seems like most religions are still judging others. Like I get judged by Christians, I get judged by Catholics. I don't know if I would get judged by a Muslim or not. I've never met one in person, so I have no idea. At least not that I know of. I've been judged by would it be Indian? Does anybody know? Is that the correct term? Uh, I don't want to say the other word on here. It's not a bad word, but I'm sure YouTube would appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna say Indian. I don't know what religion they were. I just know they were Indian. But I've been judged by a lot of different people. Yeah, true, Spider Baby, true, fake Christians. But that's the problem. See, that's the problem. That's fucking with me is most of them are. I'm not saying all of them are. I'm not going to say that there is no true Christians out there. But most of them are 100% fake, bro. They judge people all the way into church, and they judge them as soon as they walk out that fucking door again. They judging them while they sitting there praying to Jesus. They judging them while they're sitting there singing their hymns. They talking shit about them while they're up there, you know, praying for their sick loved one. That there's somebody in that fucking church talking shit to somebody next to them about that person. They're fucking judging them whether they're judging them out loud or judging them to themselves. They're still fucking judging. Yeah, ain't nobody supposed to judge nobody. The only one supposed to judge us is on Judgment Day when we in front of the pearly gates or in front of the fiery gates, whichever fucking one it may be. Me personally, I think it ain't gonna be no motherfucking gates. I think the lights fucking go out and they don't come the fuck back on. You know what I mean? And I hope I'm wrong, man. I hope we all party like a motherfucker after we leave this fucking earth. I hope we all wind up at a big old fucking lake somewhere with fucking palm trees and fucking umbrella drinks and all that bunch of shit, as long as there's fishing poles. But I can't find it in my brain, on my heart, to believe that's going to happen. So I believe all we've got is right now, and what we what we enjoy while we are still alive and breathing on this planet. I believe that's all we've got, and we either do something with it or we don't. We either treat people right or we don't. We either judge people or we help people. It's simple choices. But I feel like this is the only one we got. I think this is the only shot that we got. And if I don't at least try to do something to make a difference, then what the fuck did I do? You know what I mean? And granted, I have put out content to help teach some kids how to fish, help people who don't know about fishing. Because I thought that was the most important thing to survive at that time. Now I'm realizing we have to survive every fucking person wearing a badge. So I had to change my focus because I realized how bad this shit is. And I've got grandkids, man. Are my grandkids going to be able to walk down the fucking street without getting fucking arrested for walking down the fucking street? That's my fucking concern. And everybody needs to start getting that fucking concern. That's one thing. Yeah, I'm going to push that a little bit. We all need to start fucking thinking about that. Is our grandchildren going to be allowed to walk down a fucking sidewalk without being fucking arrested for nothing? Because from what I'm seeing right now, that's not the case. From what I'm seeing right now, there ain't going to be nobody walking down the motherfucking sidewalk in 50 years. You ain't going to be allowed. There's going to be a curfew on fucking adults, bro. That's what I see fucking coming. I see in the next 50 years, you better not come out your house before 6 in the morning, before 5 in the morning, or you'll be arrested for fucking curfew. I don't know this. I have no proof of this. But you cannot say it's false information because I said I just feel it. So don't try the false information shit either there, YouTube. It's just my fucking opinion because the shit's getting bad. You know it's getting bad. But them rich fuckers at Google, they ain't noticing nothing like that. They're not getting pulled over, and they're not they ain't noticing the price of the grocery store going up. You know, they got drivers driving their cars. They don't put gas in it. They don't fucking know. You know, they're not getting pulled over for tinted windows or fucking tail light out or fucking, you know. Yeah, we all being profiled. Exactly, man. It's no longer about races. It's about human. It's about being fucking human now, bro. We are all, you're 100% right. We all being fucking profiled, bro. When we judge others, do we do so with the intention of spreading good or imposing evil? And that is a great question, Ultra. And I think in most, I'm going to say, and this is just my opinion, of course, I think in most situations, I think the person truly believes that they're trying to do good. But sometimes they're just trying to get them to do what they would do, which doesn't necessarily make it the right decision. But I do really truly believe, I still believe in humanity just enough that I do believe that the 98, 99% majority of those situations, I do believe the person is, in their mind, they believe they're doing the right thing. But it doesn't mean it is the right thing. But there is definitely a small percentage, at least, that it's not about the best thing. It's just what they think they should do, you know. And it could be the evil thing, you know. But sometimes it's going to be the evil, but they don't realize that, and they think it's the right thing, you know. And sometimes we have to chalk that up to whatever happened to fucking common sense, man. Everybody used to have common sense, man. They talk about how dangerous my generation was, Gen X, man. They talk about how fucking reckless, how careless, how stupid, and how fucked up Gen X was, man. We played outside. We jumped off fucking cars. We jumped our bikes. We had snowball fights. We drank from the fucking hose. We played outside all day. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have laptops. And we got our ass whipped. When we fucked up, we got our ass whipped by our parents. It wasn't no take your iPad away, take your PlayStation away, take your Xbox away. No, we didn't have none of that shit. We got our ass whipped. And from those ass whippings, we developed common sense. Because then you get through life and you realize, let me think about this for a minute. If I do this, that's going to cause a lot of shit. And I probably shouldn't do that. That's common sense, you know. But when they stopped letting parents correct their children, I'm not going to say, yeah, I guess we'll say punish. Okay. Punish the kids by whipping them. Once they put the law in and stopped parents from being able to discipline their child, then the common sense just, it's like it disappeared from the parents. Like everybody just lost whatever common sense they had. And then generation through generation, hell, that was what, fucking 30 years ago now, right? When they did that. So that's 3 generations right there. We now have 30-year-olds that have never had their ass whipped by their parents or anybody else. So what do you think? How do you think those people are going to act when they're in their 30s, 30-year-old people that ain't never, ever had their ass whipped? They literally think they can do whatever the fuck they want. They can talk to people however the fuck they want. They can act however the fuck they want. You know, and that's what happened. Common sense is gone. 3 generations ago, they stopped us from being allowed to correct our kids. And then over the next 3, what is 10 years? Decade?
Yeah.
Over the next 3 decades, common sense completely fucking disappeared. Only the old people still have it. We barely hanging on to it like Alzheimer's, man. But, you know, the rest of the world, just the young generation, especially in America, I can't speak for anywhere else in the world. But in this country, the youth has no fucking common sense. Except the ones that their parents whipped the ass anyway. You can tell. You can tell, man. If you run into a young person with common sense, you're like, yeah, your mom and dad whipped your ass, didn't it? Yeah. You know. Next question is, are we evil, but our actions suggest that we're good? Well, here's the thing, man. And I've heard this said by many artists over the years, and it's one of my favorite fucking lines either. Also is, I do believe money is the root of all evil. Okay. But if money is the root of all evil, why is it accepted in all churches? Not to mention, don't forget, churches don't pay taxes either. Can't never forget that part. Churches do not have to pay taxes. Money is the root of all evil, but it's accepted in all churches.
It's actually asked for.
Huh?
It's actually asked for, not just accepted.
Yeah. It's not just accepted, it's asked for. Just saying, man. I think, and I do believe that. I 100% believe money's evil. But it's also, they forced it to be a necessity. We're not allowed to live off the grid anymore. We're not allowed to just live out in the fucking field and have well watered and grow our fucking vegetables and be left alone. No, we got to pay taxes. if we got to buy that property and we got to pay taxes on that property, or they'll come take that property and kick us off of our property. If we don't pay that money, they'll take our property. They'll put us in jail if we don't pay that money. So that seems pretty obvious about how evil money is right there, doesn't it? Because everybody wants it. And if you don't give it to them, you lose your freedom. You're in a fucking cage. You have no property. You have no house. You have nothing. They'll take it away because you didn't pay them the money that they wanted. Money is 100% the root of all evil. Exactly, Spider Baby. The only thing free is the air we breathe, and we don't even know what they're putting in that shit these days. You know? We have no idea. But we gotta breathe. We ain't got much fucking choice in that, dude. You know, we gotta breathe, we gotta eat. That's why we put all this fucking artificial shit in our bodies over the last fucking 20, 30 years. So bad. We had no idea how bad it was getting. You know, but because you gotta eat, gotta breathe, gotta eat, gotta fucking stay hydrated. Hell, there's people being charged to use their own wells now. There's no shit. You can Google it, man. There's some places that have a well and they're still being charged by the city, by the county, whatever. It's fucking, it's crazy, man. It's so, there's so much corruption going on. There's no fucking way my brain could process everything that's happening and all the ways that people are being taken advantage of in America right now. There's too many for my brain to process it all at once. Always has been, always will be. Yeah, the root of all evil, 100%. The worst fucking thing that ever happened to mankind, in my opinion, this is all my opinion, y'all. The worst fucking thing to happen to mankind was the invention of fucking currency. It never should have, there never should have been, these diamonds are worth this much, this gold is worth this much, this silver is worth this much. That's the worst fucking thing that happened to the human fucking race. The worst fucking thing that ever fucking happened to us. If we were still trading fucking pottery for fucking chickens and eggs for fucking cucumbers, and I'll make you a rug if you can make me a rocking chair. You know, if we were still in that, we would still live on one of the, I mean, this would be fucking paradise. It really would. The entire planet would be a fucking paradise. But instead, we created this fucking government, allowed this fucking government to be created, and agreed to these fucking stupid ass fucking taxes and stupid ass fucking laws and the stupid ass fucking currency. And everything costs money, and everything costs more money. And we got to do this in the factory, and we got to build this, and we got to package it like this, and we got to raise the price because of this. And it's just a never-ending cycle. And then, dude, that's pure fucking evil, man. That is the face of fucking evil right there, bro. I mean, in my opinion, that's my answer to that question. That's the face of fucking evil right there. You know, no matter what happens, no matter how much fucking shit we produce in this country or shit we import from other countries or whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. The cost of everything that we require in our lives, gasoline, fucking toilet paper, fucking food, fuck every fucking thing. The price just keeps increasing. The cost of living keeps increasing. The cost of rent keeps increasing. The property tax keep increasing. The sales tax keep increasing. The fucking fines of the fucking court systems keep increasing. Every fucking thing. More money, more money, more money, more money, more money, more money, more money. We ran out of fucking money a long fucking time ago. We ran out of gold to put in the goddamn treasury. But they're still printing the fucking shit, man. And now, for the first time in fucking history, Our fucking money, our dollar bill is worth less than most of the fucking world's. That's why we're no longer anywhere near the greatest country in the fucking world anymore, y'all. We're a big old fucking pile of shit over here in America. That's what the fuck we are. We're buried in our own shit. We're so fucking far in our shit, we can't even fucking, we don't even know whose shit we're trying to see out of. $15 trillion in fucking in fucking debt. But I looked up somebody's fucking taxes the other day, and one state alone brings in fucking 1 point some trillion fucking dollars a fucking year. And I'm thinking, how the fuck are we still in $15 trillion debt then? Because where's the fucking money, Lebowski? Where's the money? There ain't no more excuses that I'm going to accept from these motherfuckers, yo. No more bullshit. The money is somewhere. Whether it's in somebody's fucking Swiss bank account, I don't give a fuck. The money's fucking somewhere. And there's too many fucking things suffering in this country, starting with the homeless veterans. I do not agree whatsoever on what they do with our armed forces, what they send them to do, the orders they are given. I do not agree with that shit at fucking all. But the bottom line is, when those soldiers signed that contract to join our fucking military and serve our country, they were told they were going to be fucking taken care of by our fucking country. And now we've got hundreds and thousands of them living in fucking cardboard boxes. That's not taking care of them, motherfuckers. Where's the fucking money, Lebowski? Where's the fucking money? There's too much shit wrong in America for us to still believe we're fucking free. Hell yeah, Ultra. Oh yeah, they've been doing that shit for years here, Spider Baby, trying to force people to switch over to city water. Oh yeah. Hell yeah, Ultra. Thank you for hanging out with us, man. Hope to see you on the next one. I'm gonna be talking about this shit a lot. Just let you know. Right, Spider Baby? Bring back the fucking barter system. Just completely fucking get rid of currency altogether. We don't fucking need it. We never fucking needed it. Wall Street never needed to fucking exist, man. And they talk about if Wall Street crashes, we'll all be in a fucking depression again. Yeah, fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit, dude. How in the fuck did we let the Wall Street fucking trade affect every fucking aspect of our fucking life, dude? How in the fuck did we let that happen? You know, come the fuck on, man. Well, stock went down today, so your Cheerios is going to cost $2 more a box tomorrow. What? Fuck you. You know, that's not how it works. But yeah, that is how it works. But that's not right. There's no fucking way that that's right. You know, you lost stock because you fucked up. Now we got to pay for it. No. Come the fuck on now. Government shuts down, so nobody gets a fucking check. Nobody gets food stamps. Nobody gets shit because the government shut down because they're arguing over whether they should fucking help the people or not help the people or send bombs or not send bombs or, you know, how the fuck is that taking care of us, man? How the fuck is that anything for the fucking people? When these motherfuckers shut down because the two sides don't want to fucking agree on something, because one of them, because it's got something to do with actually helping the American people a little bit, but there's not enough in there to help their fucking rich asses, so they don't want to fucking pass it. You know, so we end up in a fucking stalemate, government shutdown. Nobody gets food stamps. Nobody gets a check. Nobody gets Social Security. Fucking really? Are you fucking shitting me right now? You motherfuckers got your paycheck, dude. Oh, that's right. You're already millionaires. You know, why the fuck would they care? They're already millionaires. Why would they care if you don't get your fucking $400 check on the first? They ain't got to worry about their electric bill. They ain't got to worry about food in their refrigerator. They ain't got to worry about gas in their car. They ain't got to worry about none of that shit. They got more money than they're ever going to fucking need. So why the fuck would they worry about us, man? You know, just saying. Well, all right, Spider Baby, you're the only one left. Last man standing, last woman standing. Glad you finally decided to join us. And thanks for listening to me rant. And I know everybody not going to agree with me on everything. And I might not be right about everything. But one thing I'm 100% right about is we're allowing our rights to be violated a little too goddamn much. And we're allowing our veterans to be mistreated way too fucking much. We're allowing our homeless in general to be treated like fucking dogs in the fucking street. And our government and the long arm of the fucking law is getting out of control all across the country. And I mean, it's fucking state prosecutors. Sometimes, in some cases, even the state Supreme Court just completely fuck shit up. There's juries fucking shit up. I don't know how. I don't know if the juries are being influenced or if they're just really fucking ignorant people that just don't understand the concept of the Constitution. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe they quit teaching the Constitution after I got out of school. Because they taught me the Constitution pretty young, actually, even. And I remember that shit. They taught me that shit at a young age in school. Maybe they don't teach them that anymore. It is written in cursive, so they wouldn't be able to read it, right? They can't read the Declaration or the Constitution. It's written in cursive. So there's a video I think I'm going to have to do. I think I'm going to have to put out a video that says if you have a child under the age of, what do you say, 30? Just say 30 years. Make sure they know the Constitution and they know their rights. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make a video about that. Exactly, Spider Baby. Exactly. Facts, man. Ain't nobody supposed to be the same. If we was all the same, it'd be a boring motherfucking place, wouldn't it? We say that shit all the time, man. If we was all the same, this would be one boring ass motherfucker. All right, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I've done spent another 4 hours on this bitch. So that's like 7 hours or some shit. I've been live today. Maybe close to 8. I don't know. Not counting TikTok earlier. So I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. And I'll see y'all soon. I might go live from Walmart tomorrow. I might just take video. Depends on what I find. All right. I love you. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. I did.